Manchester City come to town, try and play us in our backyard, try and get 3 points, fuck off. This is Anfield. What a performance by Liverpool Football Club. From start to finish, from Fabinho hitting that ball the way that he did, unbelievable. The second goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, crossfield pass, Andy Robertson, great ball. And Jurgen Klopp fuming after their goal. Pep Guardiola fuming the whole way through. I was sat with my mate James. James was on Guardiola watch for us. It was brilliant. Every time he scored, he sat down. He didn't stand up for about 5 minutes. Just class. Champions of Europe! We are the champions! Champions of Europe! We are the champions! Champions of Europe! Fucking right we are. Fucking right we are. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, because we're going to lift the Premier League. We shall not be moved.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. Liverpool just got through to the 4th round of the FA Cup by beating the Ev with a bunch of children. We had children in the side. We literally put a team of children out.
They couldn't beat the kids. Play the shites on Sunday nights, and they couldn't beat the kids.
Astounding. I'll be honest, I'll level with you. I'll level with you all. I said to Chris last night, I said, I've got a sneaky feeling we might lose this one. I don't think we're going to take it too seriously. We'll rotate heavily. And then we just turned up. We were better than in every single department tonight. In terms of, energy expended, work rate, commitment, talent, skill on the ball. James Milner, who was the captain, goes off injured. And we bring on Larouci, who's never played for us. And he was outstanding there. They've got Richarlison there, they've got Cavalier. They basically put their best team out. They put their best foot forward and got spanked by the kids, which we have to be careful saying on the internet. But the point is, Liverpool were astounding tonight. Look at the senior players. Joe Gomez, right? It's meant to be Virgil van Dijk. It's all Virgil van Dijk. Anyone who plays next to Virgil van Dijk, that's why they're good. Joe Gomez might be the second best centre-half in the world, just on the slide. And Nat Phillips alongside him had a couple of little moments in there, but he's sound, where's he been? He's been out on loan at Stuttgart. He's come back into this game, started for the Reds and been absolutely sound. Nico Williams, Scout kid right back, absolutely outstanding once again, just like he was in the Carabao Cup. The midfield, right? Put a tweet out before the game saying Liverpool are starting Pedro Chirivella in a Merseyside derby, and Everton, if they lose this game, need to fold. So Farhad Moshiri, if you're watching this, just so you know, that's what you've got to do on Monday morning, is fold the football club. All the credit in the world to Pedro Chirivella. I thought he was brilliant in the middle of the park, and the only man who surpassed him in the middle, I thought, was Adam Lallana, who was just incredible. He was a yard faster, he jumped a foot higher, everything about him, he just rose to the occasion. And there's so many people out there, blitz, who think Adam Lallana's crap for some reason. He's not. He's fantastic. And you're talking about a lad who probably starts the season as our 8th choice midfielder, and he's come in and bossed the midfield there against, again, Everton's best midfield pretty much at the moment. They even brought Delph on. I thought, they bring Delph on, that might change things. No, it didn't, because our midfield's better than theirs. And can we just have a round of applause for Mr. Curtis Jones, ladies and gentlemen? What a player that lad is. I mean, he's looked up.
It's Curtis.
It doesn't work. Oh, right, it's fine. He's looked and he's gone, that's it, in goal's only got little arms, hasn't he? And he's just gone, woo! Top little arms. He's only got little arms. He couldn't touch the crossbar. He's only got little arms. Absolutely outstanding. And they pressed and they went for it. And what did they have? They had a sum total of fuck all. Adrian in goal, exception in the first half. They had the best chances, didn't they? Unfucking lucky Everton. You are genuinely, hilariously awful at football, and I feel sorry for some of the lads. Some sound lads who support the Ev. Not many, but there are. And I feel genuinely sorry for them, because they've just brought in one of the best managers in world football. And they're still shite, aren't they? Absolutely shite. Love it. They haven't won a trophy since 1995. It's 25 years. Since 1995! You haven't won a trophy! Since 1995. Long may it continue. Drop a like on this video. Head over to my channel as well and give a subscribe to all that. Thank you very much, everyone. Up the mighty Reds!
Hello, welcome to the Red Men TV, Liverpool. Top of the league! Liverpool, top of the league!
Liverpool, top of the league! Liverpool, top of the league! Liverpool, top of the league! Liverpool, top of the league! Liverpool, top of the league!
Liverpool, top of the league! I tell you what though, we left that one a little bit late there, didn't we? You start the game.
We're gonna win the Football League again! We're gonna win the Football League again! We're gonna win the Football League again!
So, I'll sleep easy tonight because our lead's over 20 points again. And if it goes under 20 points, I'm not sleeping well at night. So it's over 20 points. We're absolutely laughing again. Fair play to West Ham. I thought they'd give us a bit of a game today. I didn't think Liverpool were very good, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. We weren't great, like, you know what I mean? I don't know whether we missed Jordan Henderson in the middle of the park. I felt like we missed a little bit of his drive and determination. Not really when we were going forwards, more when, you know, when we were coming back and they were breaking on us and stuff. Some standout performers. I thought Joe Gomez was brilliant today. I thought he was absolutely superb once again. But again, the big thing that you talk about with this Liverpool side is the character that they show each and every time they're down in games. They don't know when they're beaten. And to be honest with you, I thought, you know, where I was in the crowd, it was pretty shit there tonight until we went behind. And then as soon as we went behind, it like woke us all up. It got us out the cold, got us out the fucking wind, and we started singing. And that's when Liverpool started to perform even better. We needed them tonight, and then when we arrived, they arrived as well, and we go on and we get the victory, which is absolutely massive.
We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league! And now you're gonna believe us! And now you're gonna believe us! And now you're gonna believe us! We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league! And now you're gonna believe us! And now you're gonna believe us! And now you're gonna believe us! We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league! And now you're gonna believe us! And now you're gonna believe us! And now you're gonna believe us! We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league! We're gonna win the league!
It's fucking true. It's true. We are going to win the league. We're going to win the league. It's going to be number 19. It's going to be soon. I hope it's at Anfield, to be honest with you, because I want to party here after we win the league. I just think that would be unbelievable. The news will be coming. Right, if Liverpool win the league at Anfield, I'll be up there, on there, completely fucking bollock. And I really hope it's a warm day.
champions of Europe. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel please, because something special's happening, because it's a special on the first side.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. We are live. It is the Fanzone Commentary, Watchalong, and all those other words that you slam into there for the algorithm. We are going to be for the algorithm. We are here counting down to kick-off, and we're going to be here doing a live commentary for the game as well. And then we'll be on a separate stream for post-match reactions, including Liverpool finally lifting the Premier League trophy, crowned as champions of England for the first time in 30 years. Dear God Almighty, we've needed this, haven't we? Isn't everything just a bit shitter because we've not lifted it yet? Yeah, well, we've got that to look forward to. And there's just a little matter of a Liverpool game. The team news is out. If you want to interact with the show, give us any thoughts, feelings or opinions, you've got a number of ways you can do that. You can tweet us at the Red Men TV. You can use the live comments alongside on YouTube. And if you're a YouTube Red Men member, you get access to custom emotes and extra content as well. So yes, join us, settle in, get yourselves a bevy or a cuppa, and let's go over to Mr. Chris Pajak.
Hello.
Hello. At the ball.
Hello. Here we go. It is time Liverpool lifted that trophy. We've got a small matter of Chelsea first and foremost, and we've obviously got to go through the starting 11. I actually got it right, which was nice. So we've got Alisson, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, we've got Joe Gomez, we've got Virgil van Dijk, and we've got Andy Robertson. Fabinho, Keita, Wijnaldum, Salah, Mane and Firmino. That is the starting 11 I think that we all wanted to see tonight, isn't it? Actually, it might not be the one that we all wanted to see. I mean, I know that I wanted Jordan Henderson. Sorry, Ross is lying on the floor behind the camera for some reason. Doing the worm. Any fans of wrestling will
He's got his cock out.
No.
All right, so.
Which was, just words. I need to speak again about the team, but I can't because Ross has sent me for a bit. And that's the team that I think we wanted, apart from Jordan Henderson, I wanted to see in the side. But it is what it is. Naby Keita comes back in for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We've got the front three there. Firmino, gets one more roll of the dice, one more spin at scoring at Anfield this season. And then no matter what happens, win, lose or draw, Jordan Henderson will be receiving the Premier League trophy from Sir Kenny Dalglish, which is just unbelievable. Substitutes tonight, Adrian, Dejan Lovren, James Milner makes the bench, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Taki Minamino, Adam Lallana, Shaqiri, Origi and Kurt Jones. Will he get that final appearance that means he gets a medal, or will Jurgen leave him on the bench and when everyone else goes to pick up a trophy and the medals, Curtis walks off to the changing room without one? I mean, I really hope that he gets that medal tonight. Could you imagine how gutted you'd be? Just get him on there, make sure he gets that medal. I mean, it's sound, isn't it? Not really any talking points, to be honest, which is a little bit tough when you got 45 minutes to fill pre-match. But I'm sure we're going to do it because, at the end of the day, we are going to lift the Premier League trophy. So there are loads and loads of talking points for us. We've got Louis Beneventi coming in as well, live into the stream. He'll be joining us in a few minutes. But I'll send you back over to Paul Machin and while I make the long journey over to sit on a chair 2 metres away from him.
Thought he was a little bit rude about Minamino there, but there you go. His dress sense is his dress sense, Chris. He can be what he wants to be. Called him tacky. There you go. There you go. I've been up since fucking 4:30 this morning. How I'm still awake, I do not. Right, Chris Pajak joins me after the long and arduous journey over from the starting 11 board. We will be talking to Chelsea Echo's Louis Beneventi in a little bit just to get his reaction to the Chelsea team. But let's react to
finish his game of FIFA first. I've got a live stream to him on the Xbox, and judging by his lack of thumb movement, he's not very good at the game.
He's got a decent hand movement there, hasn't he? He is a young man who lives,
I think he's just conceded as well.
Yeah. There's a couple of talking points in that team, and obviously the only one, we said this in the build-up show, the only position that was up for grabs really was the Jordan Henderson position, and would it be Naby Keita, would it be Oxlade-Chamberlain, and maybe as an outside Chelsea, a Milner or a Jones. It goes to Naby, let's be honest. It was always going to be Naby Keita for this game, particularly because he didn't start against Arsenal, but sounds, I think there's a case to be made that that's the best team we can put out without Jordan Henderson in.
Yeah, a very strong case, I think, as well. I mean, everybody knows I really like Naby Keita, unless you're on Twitter, in which case you think I don't, for some reason. But if you listen to me actually talk on shows, then everyone will know that I've always liked Naby Keita. And I'm interested to see how he goes up against Jorginho and Kovacic in the centre of that park. I think, yes, they're playing a 3-4-3, and we can go over to the team shortly, but for me, Liverpool having 3 in the midfield gives us a numerical advantage. And it's not just for me, it's a fact. Mm-hmm. We have a numerical advantage in the middle of the park. So with Fabinho, with Wijnaldum, with Naby Keita, can we get the best of Jorginho and Kovacic? And I think that's where the game will be won and lost for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Naby Keita, the idea, if he's good enough, I was talking about Trent today, and I was saying how there was a time in the evolution of this side when you had horses for courses. So you had certain players that suited certain types of games. But as you get better, what you find is your team becomes so good that there's not a game that you don't want a player involved in. And, Keita's gone from being a guy when you think, well, against low block sides, you want him in there because maybe he can help to unpick defences, etc., etc. But he also plays him in big games against big teams as well.
Barca away.
Yeah, exactly. I think the aim with him is that, look, he wants Naby to be one of those players. He wants him to be one of those lads where if he's not in the first 11, it's because he's being rested, not for anything other, for no other reason.
Absolutely, and I think it's a really good point about there's a horses for courses thing, and I think that's as a team's getting better, as a manager's getting used to it, and certainly if they're the underdogs going into games, but it's an old saying, isn't it? Let them worry about us. And that's what Jurgen's had this season with his 4-3-3, with that three-man midfield, with the front three. Teams haven't been able to stop that over the course of a season consistently. Teams have had a good go. You know, Atletico did well over 2 legs. Obviously, we've seen teams like Burnley, Sheffield United, Arsenal most recently, Manchester City do well against us. But a lot of those games that I've just mentioned there are when the title's been wrapped up anyway. Yeah. Naby Keita going into that middle of the park, I think it's about next season for him. And is he going to... You know, there's been a lot of talk online over Thiago and all that type of stuff, and Wijnaldum. Who? It's a fella. I can't even joke about it. It's a fella who's one of the best players in the world and has been playing on an elite level for a good couple of years that everyone will have heard of, whether they play FIFA or not, Paul. But I think the point is, if I was Wijnaldum, right? If I was Wijnaldum, I'd be more worried about Keita than a lad that might come through the door. Yeah. Because that's the spot. Yeah. Because Henderson's keeping his. And what we've seen, I think, recently over the last couple of weeks, certainly, maybe it's not fair to judge Wijnaldum over the last couple of weeks, but that spot's the one that's up for grabs. Fabinho, we're not getting better. Don't think you're getting better than Henderson. Naby's looking at Wijnaldum's spot. There's a Naby Keita thing where, and we like to talk in really absolute terms about football a lot. It's how we communicate in things, is that, you know, he's facing probably the biggest season of his career coming up. And it's make or break, because he's now entering his prime. He's 25 years old. He should be entering into the peak of his career now, where we should be able to see him being the best he can be week in, week out. It's not worked for him in that, and it's telling, because you go back through the games this season, there's spells. He's actually not played a lot of football for us this year, but there are spells whenever he gets 2 or 3 games back to back, the positivity that comes off his performances is there, and it's very, very clear. But when he starts to get injured and you start to become a bit part player, the people start to go, oh, well, Naby Keita's never going to make it. I don't want to say it's all or nothing for him, but there's going to come a point where if he's not able to contribute properly next season, all of a sudden he's a £50 million player who's probably not worth the money you paid for. Yeah, I think the thing I always come back to when you talk about Naby Keita is how many games is he going to play, and how many games is he available for, not how many games is he going to play, because I think that's different. He seems to be a guy that takes a little bit. Oh, hang on, red card possibly for somebody. Is it Bruno? Who's it for? Is it Bruno Fernandes? Because if they're missing him for that last game, what's going on here? Nothing. Brilliant. Thanks for that. No idea. Fantastic. This is what we come for. This is what happens when we put shiny things in front of you. Shiny. Yeah, we have put the Man United game on in the background as well. It is 1-1. We will talk a little bit about that, I guess, in a couple of minutes when we know the situation, because obviously I think that there's an impact on the race for top 4 tonight, both obviously Man United, West Ham, and obviously the Chelsea game as well. There's an opportunity for them to kind of not close the door on the top 4, but certainly get themselves nice and snugly in a top 4 position. And I think that might impact how they, you know, we're going to see the Liverpool's mettle here, Chris. I think that's been the one big unknown is Liverpool's dip in form post, you know, pre-lockdown, post-lockdown. Is it because they've given all they've got to give? Is it because they've taken their eyes off the prize because there is no prize left to shoot for? Or is it that they've been a little bit unlucky, etc., etc.? You've got a big prize at the end of this game, and you've got a team that are going to come and give you a game. If you can't get up for this, then I think people who've got some concerns probably have their concerns legitimately. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that people who've got concerns aren't right to have those concerns, but I don't have to share them. Yeah. And I think that's a part of being a football fan. We all have different opinions, and people will agree or disagree with us, and that's absolutely fine. Like, you know, I wouldn't share those concerns as such. I'd have lingering doubts maybe, or, you know, not major concerns, which I think some people have got, and that's fair if they want to have them. For me, until we start next season, Liverpool have got nothing to play for. Whether Chelsea have got something to play for today or not. Yeah. Now, I keep saying it, Paul. He doesn't bring Minamino on 63 minutes when we're losing to Arsenal if the game's on the line. Yeah. That just doesn't happen. Yeah. And I think Minamino and maybe somebody else came on at the same time, who he wouldn't normally bring on. Was it Shaqiri maybe, something like that? Shaqiri came on late, didn't he? I think it was Keita around that time. So that's a substitution that he just hasn't made this season. Yeah. And it's, you know, when he wants to play, you know, when he wants to win 3 points, he keep the front three on for the most part.
Yeah.
So Klopp has changed the way he's managing games, which that's all we can see as a football fan quite often is, you used it I think last week, you know, the swan thing, isn't it? What can you see above the water? Well, what we're seeing on the football field is Klopp making changes that he wasn't making prior to lockdown, prior to the league title being sewn up. So what's changed below the surface? What's changed behind the scenes? Are we able to judge him? Yes, you've got fears, they could be legitimate, they might not be legitimate, but until next season we don't know, because we won't have seen.
No, and again, we live in an eternal fear, don't we, of it all coming undone, because it has softened. That's been our natural state for a very, very long time. But you know, we'll talk about it in a few moments. You know, when we're going to chat to Louis about the Chelsea side, I want to come back. I want to talk a little bit about the creeping negativity that's into people, the way people have been talking about Liverpool and talking about the football and feeling around things in recent days. And I want to talk about the substitutes and the substitutes bench and what that kind of means for maybe a couple of players, the likes of Adam Lallana, James Milner, etc. But we'll do that. So give us your thoughts on any of those things in the comments, and we'll try to get through a few of them as well. But first, should we head over to Louis Beneventi?
So we've got Louis Beneventi of the Chelsea Echo and the Louis Beneventi YouTube channel as well. Louis, can you hear me? Please say yes.
I can indeed hear you. It's been a nightmare. I've actually been playing Page at Bingo, to be fair, after you were doing it yesterday. You've mentioned Liverpool winning the title 4 times and Naby Keita at least 15. I lost count. I stopped bothering. So, I mean, you know.
I wondered why you'd been scribbling notes down as you'd been sat there listening.
He was taking presenting notes.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with me being intelligent in any way, shape or form. It's just me being bored.
No,
I still can't do that S thing that everyone did at school. You're
Right.
not supposed to say that, are you? Brilliant, thanks.
Louis?
Yeah.
How will Chelsea be approaching this game, mate?
I don't know. It's one of those where I think you mentioned Bobby Firmino not scoring at Anfield. Brilliant. No worries, mate. We got, obviously, Bobby Firmino is yet to score at Anfield. Chelsea are a bit of a charity foundation at the minute. We help Benteke and Wilfred Zaha with that, and they could score in their first time on edge. So you might see a Bobby Firmino goal today. But to be honest, Chelsea, going into this game, it's kind of important for us that we have to get a result. I think it's a win and a draw would secure us top 4. Obviously, Manchester United are currently drawing with West Ham, so if West Ham win that, we get a draw tonight, we're fine. But I think this game for us, it's more important than it is for you, almost. Where obviously you were going to win this because you want to win the Premier League title. Well, you want to lift it on the day you win a game. But we obviously still need to try and challenge for top 4. It's really been swings and roundabouts with Chelsea this season. We're playing a very good possession-based style of football, but at the same time we do try and walk it in the net, and that has stopped us on a few occasions. But so obviously since lockdown, you guys haven't been in your best form. We've already beaten Manchester City since lockdown. Manchester United, we ended their winning run of 19 games. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be one of those where we might try and go toe-to-toe with you.
Louis, a quick question for you, mate. Obviously, Chelsea have won Premier Leagues over the last decade and a little bit more. I think one of the things I want to know is, from your experience of it, when they've had the league sewn up, I mean, that Conte side came out the gates, didn't it, massively, and sort of destroyed everyone's hope of winning the league by just being brilliant up until Christmas. When the league's done, what happens to Chelsea? Did they tail off? Did the results tail off? Or did they just keep going?
Not really. We kind of kept going. The only season where we kind of tailed off a bit was the Mourinho 14-15. When I remember we won the league and then we just lost 3-1 to West Brom. But at that point, we didn't really care. We kept the results going, though. We performed well. We did implement a few youth players in those league-winning campaigns towards the back end as soon as the title was signed up. But we still kept going because I think it was a sense of pride. Obviously, I think this year is more difficult to judge in comparison to the past decades the Premier League's been about, and obviously before the Premier League, because there was football before the Premier League. I'm sure you remember that, Chris and Paul. But I mean, outside of that, it's one of those you know, it's a bit hard to judge because of what's been happening with lockdown, because of everything that's been occurring. I think, look, this is a good Liverpool side. Whether you've tailed off or not, I think is irrelevant. You've won the title. It's just a case of, okay, you've tailed off now, just as long as you would come out of the gates at the beginning of next season. That's all that's important, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, another thing I want to ask you
Can I just
about...
say he nearly showed his footballing culture there, and then basically all it was a veiled dig at the way I'm well older than him. Thanks, Louis.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that's interesting about Chelsea's formation, or starting 11, I should say, is Willian, Mount and Giroud as that front three. And, you know, why have I seen more of Giroud in the starting 11 for Chelsea than Tammy Abraham recently?
Well, I think Tammy Abraham, he had a very good purple patch at the beginning of the season. He was obviously an unknown entity, but recently I think he's not been playing as much because his hold-up play hasn't been his strength, whereas you look at Olivier Giroud, that's what won France the World Cup. Obviously Mbappe and Griezmann, but they're not important. Olivier Giroud is a Chelsea player, so I think it's one of those where... but I think, Olivier Giroud, his hold-up play and his link-up has been a massive asset for Chelsea since the restart, especially considering some of the results we've had to come up against. We've had to come against a lot of sides who let us have the ball, have a low block, and mean that we have to try and break them down. Tammy Abraham is much better at stretching the play. He can't really hold it up. He's someone who we could see come on if you guys are tired and we kind of just want to see a game out, where it's one of those where we just want to chase the ball down and stop you guys from getting it, really. But Olivier Giroud's been far more pivotal because of his ability to hold the ball, his ability to link the play together, his ability to almost be that physical presence to battle players. We've seen him against Virgil van Dijk on several occasions, causing them problems. It's one of those where he is just someone who is an unsung hero, and that's the reason he starts. He just brings it all together for Chelsea, really. He's that focal point, which means you have the likes of Mason Mount and Willian running off him to cause problems as the forwards, obviously, and then he kind of just brings it all together, really, and he's been a fantastic player as a leader in the dressing room as well.
One final thing before we let you go, mate, and you get back onto playing FIFA and holding whoever's behind you in that room hostage.
I said I was going to say I miss you, Chris, but I actually think you're a massive dickhead. So
oh my god!
Yeah, I was gonna obviously Chelsea gonna sign players this summer. We know that they're gonna spend big money and all that type of stuff. Are you gonna miss Willian and Giroud? And are you confident that your new forward players will just hit the ground running, or are you a little concerned that it might be the second half of the season next year when we see the best Chelsea?
Yeah. Well, I think Olivier Giroud, he signed a contract extension with Chelsea, so he will be here next season. Whether Willian is a completely different question.
About
that. So he's signed a contract extension. Willian's in negotiations. He wants a 3-year deal. Chelsea are offering 2, so we're going to have to see what happens with that. But I think, look, in terms of Willian, I don't think we'll miss him that much. He's great at dribbling the ball, but in the final third, I don't know. It's like he just panics almost. A lot of his goals this season have been penalties. He obviously, people talk about being a high assist season, higher goal season, but honestly, he's been pivotal and get the ball at the pitch. But other than that, he doesn't do much else. I think we might have an upgrade in Hakim Ziyech, obviously a fantastic playmaker, Ajax player of the season for several seasons running. I think Timo Werner, he's someone who is, a winger who was turned.
Yeah, we know about Timo Werner, Louis. We've spoken about him at length. He was supposed to be a Liverpool player, Louis.
Yeah, we know about him.
Well,
it's fine.
It's unfortunate that you guys clearly didn't want to go into your pockets, so it's what we do best, isn't it, apparently?
Good enough, Chris!
Timo Werner.
Yeah. Tom, end the call, please.
He could be interesting.
End the call, please. He's talking about Timo Werner.
Love you guys.
He's talking about Timo Werner.
He's not backed up Chris's narrative about Chelsea dropping off once they win the title, and he's talking about Timo Werner. Get him off!
Get him off!
No, don't talk about Kai. Kai's the one that got away. Timo is also the one that got away. Listen, Louis, it has been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you very much. If you haven't, do go out and check his YouTube channel, Louis Beneventi.
That's what it should be called.
Also, what
LuTube.
LuTube. It sounds good. It
sounds like a bit like LubeTube, which might be his Pornhub channel as well.
LuTube. The
LubeTube. That's Louis Beneventi. Chris, you shouldn't know about that, should you?
Well, let's not talk about that on stream, mate.
That's for you, Chris, and the man locked up behind you. Thanks, Louis.
Check his stuff out, it's good. Anyway, back into it. We're going to look at the Chelsea start 11 now, Paul, as well. I've got it on my screen in front of me. Let's just go with Kepa in goal. Azpilicueta, Zuma, Rudiger, James, Jorginho, Kovacic, Alonso.
Why did you say that about Kepa?
Mount. Because I couldn't say his name.
Oh, okay, cool. Aretha Balaga.
Show off.
Go ahead. muy bien.
So that is their start 11. We're going to see them play 3 at the back again. They've come off a tough week though. I mean, obviously they got through to the FA Cup final. No one thought they would. They did do. And they were playing 3 at the back in that game. Do you think we can get at that 3 at the back one?
Well, I thought we could get at Arsenal's 3 at the back. And we kind of did for a bit. And then until we didn't. It's tough because what I said in the build to the Arsenal game stands true. I felt like 3 at the back was the formation of like 3 seasons ago. And I think we learned how to get the best out against teams that play that kind of formation and how to best utilise the wide spaces up high up the pitch. But then Arsenal gave us a game, and we I mean it's worth remembering that we catastrophically shot ourselves in the foot twice in that game as well.
We dominated that game.
Yeah, so I would take hope from that still. I still think our formation is set up very well, but it will be very interesting to see how Mo Salah handles this game. I think he's a very emotional guy. I think he's done his own head in with this chase for the Golden Boot, which I think he's lost that now. He's not going to get the Golden Boot this season, which is annoying, and it's annoying for him. Chelsea's a big game for him, and you can see the performances that he's put in, and and what have you. I hope that's enough. I think he'll be essential to how we challenge them today. I think if you get the Mo Salah who just plays the game, I think he could well come out on top. I think if you get the Mo Salah who needs to be the guy who scores the breakthrough goal, it might make a couple of problems for us.
Interesting. I think for me, on the 3 at the back stuff, I'm very much of the opinion now that 3 at the back is the go-to formation for anyone who doesn't have a good centre-half pair. And I think they're now using it and utilising it well, by the way, of basically saying, look, we know our 2 central defenders aren't good enough, so we're going to put a 3rd one in the middle there. And teams are sacrificing something going forwards. I think Chelsea have got the players where if they had 2 centre-halves, they'd want that extra almost attacking outlet. It's working for teams at the moment, and it will do for a short spell.
But there's your options, aren't there? You've got to try different things. And we've entered a period of football over the last 15 years where, and more maybe the noughties onwards, where 2 up top kind of died, and you had to, but they still get teams that suit that because you can't. Not everyone can play 4-3-3, and more teams can play 4-2-3-1. But if you haven't got proper wingers or proper really fast inverted forwards is what Liverpool have got, you need to find other ways of doing things, and the 3 at the back, it helps you in a number of ways because you're right, it can cover up a few sins in terms of having a great partnership. It can oh Christ, pardon me, you see a lot of these teams who've got good fullbacks, but good modern fullbacks who maybe not brilliant defensively, but they've got a lot going forward. Reece James is a good example. There's loads of these lads. We were looking at the kid Lamptey playing for Brighton the other day. There's a crop of lads now in the league who are front foot first kind of people. So it allows you to play them in the wide positions without them being totally and utterly reliant on doing all the defensive stuff. But they're obviously not good enough to actually play a row further forward in the team. And the other thing it does is it allows you, as I said at the top of it, to either play 2 up front or to put a 10 in. And you see it with like Manchester United been trying to get 10s to the teams. You want to see Mason Mount in behind as well and that kind of stuff. So it gives them options. It does, but if it feels like a stopgap solution, as you say, to maybe a problem.
The other thing that maybe helps teams that I think are playing 3 at the back at the moment is these 2 sides, particularly Chelsea and Arsenal, they're the 2 main sort of culprits, as it were, at the moment in the Premier we're doing it. I think one of the reasons they're actually going to 3 at the back is they are trying to implement a possession-based programme at the football club. Programme's such an American terminology, isn't it? You know what I mean? But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're trying to play out from the back, actually that's so much harder to cover for 3 forwards.
At least you said it with an English accent.
Like Liverpool. Okay. You got Mane, you got Salah, you got Firmino. And all of a sudden, you've got 2 fullbacks and 3 centre defenders. It actually gives them an extra body to use and play through the attacking press. So it's good for sides learning that. And then I think what you'll see is if the defender's good enough and the team then grows and they're good enough at playing out from the back, they lose that body, they put that body further up.
Or you make your wide, your left and your right centre halves can actually be a little bit more lightweight, or they can be a bit more attacking and whatever. I mean, think what Kieran Tierney did it against us. Was it last week?
Tierney, if you believe the broadcast.
Yeah, whatever. He was brilliant. He was really good, and Liverpool had a little bit of joy with it under Brendan Rodgers. Putting, Emre Can was really good at times in that, the right side of the back three and whatever. But it also, going back to your point, it also hid for us the fact that Kolo Touré was on his way out and Sakho was an absolute liability at times. No, it's interesting, isn't it? You're right. I think, again, I think it feels like a stopgap, but whatever works.
It's a bridge formation for me, a stopgap.
Yeah. And it's fair, because we've seen this a bit about how managers, you want to instigate your style, you want to put your stamp on the team, but I don't think you can do it too much too soon, because you've also got to stay in the job. And I think, and credit to Frank Lampard, because, I've seen a few Chelsea fans having a bit of a wobble in recent weeks. I think the getting to the FA Cup final just eases that pressure off big time, to be honest. And, you never know what happens. They're probably going to get knocked out of the Champions League, but, they've still got that to look forward to. I think he deserves credit for changing his approach, because you've got to be malleable until you've got, this is what we're saying about Liverpool, that we've worked ourselves to a position where our 11 can largely beat every type of football that it comes up against, and or at least not lose, which it has, as we've seen this season. But until you get there, you've got to find ways to win points, and teams that aren't malleable end up in the shit. But at some point, they're going to have to establish an identity, and they're going to have to stick with it, and they're going to have to roll the dice and be ready. And the thing I like about Chelsea is I think they've got some phenomenal young talents. They've got some guys there who still, N'Golo Kante just hasn't been spoken about for like 2 seasons, really. But he's still, I'd love him. I'd still have him in our team all day. I don't know for who, but I'd still love him in the team. They've got a really good balance there. So yeah, I loath as I am to say it, I quite like this Chelsea team. I don't think I'd ever thought that I would ever say that in my life, to be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't. I like the players, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, that's what I don't like Chelsea Football Club, but I think Frank Lampard, I like his style of play. I like Christian Pulisic, and I quite like, as much as like you talk about him, Giroud's just a really good footballer. He's a bit Berbatov, isn't he? Like, there's nothing particularly likeable about him, but as long as he's not doing it to you, which he might well do, it's quite nice to watch players at that level of talent.
He's been very good recently as well. He scored 6 goals in his last 10 Premier League games for Chelsea, more than he had in his previous 46, where he had 5 in 46, and now he's had 6 in 10. Pretty impressive.
But we were talking before the stream, we were watching the Man United game and saying, like, these Man United look great, and there's not, Martial, Greenwood, Rashford. There's not many clubs in world football who wouldn't be made up to have them as their options. But what have they got around that? And it's Odion Ighalo, who's fine. He's okay, isn't he? He can score Premier League goals.
Shit.
No, but but they love him. He's a cult hero. It's very familiar. Feels very familiar. We used to love Titi Kamara and and loads of random lads who just weren't at the right level. But
Eric Meyer.
Look at he was Dutch. We liked him very much. But what Chelsea have got there? You've got Tammy Abraham. He's been leading the line, and I think he was brilliant in the first half of the season. But he's still young. It's still his first proper full season in the Premier League. And what's he, at that level, certainly. You just got Giroud to bring in. And that's, again, why Chelsea, I think, is so dangerous. For me, they deserve to finish third this season, because I think they're the third best team. I think Leicester's close, but I think they deserve it. I don't like them so much that I'm arsed if we end up being the team that stops that from happening. Then fucking great, because I just very much need to see Liverpool win tonight.
Couple of new members, Pablo.
Absolutely. We have got, pardon me, it's fantasy. Subro Pontes. Oh, you beauty.
What a headshot! What a headshot!
And Moira Dunn as well, joining as a first teamer. There's only one thing I can say about that.
The best word I can say, but we'll describe this was boom.
Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to know what Red Men TV membership's all about, we'll be showing you a little video a little bit later on. But you get access to custom emotes, which Ross, who is handling the comments right now, will spam heavily into the comments, so you can have a little look at what you get. The show and the trophy, Chris, with the red ribbons on and everything on the telly, and I've just gotten a little bit hard. We had a comment, actually, I don't know if you've got it ready on the iPad, but very early on. Yeah, we did have someone saying pants off page off, but Daniel Crook asked when you were doing the starting 11, where can we get that shirt you're wearing right now?
Well, I do have it on the iPad, and it's the Redmen TV shop. It is the-redmen-tv.myshopify.com, or just go to the redmentv.com and click on the shop link. We can go there. As you can see, we've got the Evolution of Jordan tee, which is the bestseller. A couple of as you wear tees, one with Klopp, one with Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've got the Campione, which is what I'm wearing, just in a different colour scheme. So if I just show you this, there you go. If you want it in black, it comes in that colour. If you want it in cardinal red, it comes with that design. So slightly different designs under the same one. We've got the As You Wear, Asterix My Arse, which we actually got approval from Ricky Tomlinson for. I asked him, I texted him, because we did a show with him a little while ago, a couple of years ago, and he was like, just show me it, I'm sure it's fine. We showed him it, he was like, it's brilliant, yeah, use it. We got some belter t-shirts. Corner taken quickly. There, Captain Henderson as well, which you can see there. Just, yeah, loads and loads of good stuff. If you want to show your support and get a good t-shirt, then do take us up and go over to the redmentv.com and click on that shop link. Jordan Henderson's on the television now. 5 major trophies as captain. Fucking happen! Where did that happen?
Oh, did that happen? Absolutely amazing. Look, I mean, Jordan Henderson, Chris, he's not on the subs bench. I mean, it was always a slim outside chance. I did wonder whether, you know, he didn't go for surgery, did he? You know, I think it was probably at a point where he knew he could rehab him. But I did wonder whether they just kept him off crutches in case there was a chance of throwing him on the bench. But obviously we've seen the substitutes bench now, and it's Adrian Lallana, Lovren, Shaq, Milner, Origi, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Minamino and Curtis Jones, which means no Elliott and no Nico Williams on there as well. Let's use Lallana as a decent talking point as well. No Henderson, but there is a Lallana. We've not seen him used. We probably won't see him used on maybe like a last minute sub or whatever. Klopp's kept him wrapped up so he can get his transfer so he doesn't get injured. But I like it's sentimental. But we should also remember Lallana's had some good games for us this season, so you know he does actually deserves a send off.
Absolutely. Obviously, I'm thinking back to that Manchester United game away that we were lucky enough to go to, and obviously him coming off the bench and just getting the goal there that gets us that draw and keeps everything moving and ticking over at that tough point of the season as well. Obviously, we'd won every game, I think, at that point, and you wouldn't have wanted to. He's on the telly now. Actually, you wouldn't have wanted to lose a game there, certainly at Old Trafford, especially after we'd gone in with our 6 balloons and all that type of stuff. So a big important part of the team, and I know you haven't read the programme notes from tonight's game, yeah, but Jordan Henderson, the captain, talking about what Adam Lallana has meant to him. I mean, both reading Klopp's and Henderson's, you realise how much it matters to you and how emotional it is, how much it matters to them, more importantly, because they get it. And Lallana's been a big part of this football club behind the scenes and on the pitch for a long time now. Deserves to be out there and maybe get a couple of minutes. Deserves to go out and one final time at Anfield. Unfortunately, won't be with the fans' thanks in front of us, but you know, he is a big part of this football club and the fabric of it over the last 5 years. Yeah,
absolutely. And again, we were talking about like the players, players of experience, players who've been there and done it. You know, they're showing Naby Keita. We've talked about him already, but someone like Adam Lallana, like there are a few players I think who've got his natural skill. He's very un-English, and it's easy to forget that now because we've now got this new crop of super talents coming through in England, forward attacking players, from your Jadon Sanchos to your Callum Hudson-Odoi, who we might see a little bit of tonight. Lallana stuck out like a sore thumb 5 years ago because he was both-footed, great dribbling ability, incredible close control. He does that turn all the time. But you look at someone like Naby Keita, who's not a physical presence. He's not a big lad. He's not like, he's not. But Lallana, I think, is a wonderful working example in a similar way that Jordan Henderson is and James Milner is if you've got heart and determination.
Okay.
If you've got heart, determination, and skill as well.
Stream okay, Tom?
Then you can be an integral part of Liverpool's side. And look, this side's evolved beyond Adam Lallana.
Yeah,
it just did, and that's not necessarily his fault. Injuries, timing, just lacking a little bit of pace, I think, as well. Did him no favours. But again, having a player of Adam Lallana's technical ability floating around your squad, that will be missed regardless of what people's opinions are.
Yeah, absolutely. You think about the side that he came into, and we were a very technical side, and he's a technical player. I think, I'm not saying for the moment that he could have performed at Barcelona in their heyday or whatever, but he was that style of a player, whether he was ever good enough up for grabs, of course. But he was that style of player, and what he was able to do was transition from that lightweight technical midfielder to be part of an all-action midfield that hunted in packs and pressed and chased and harried, and Joe Allen couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. And Joe Allen was of a similar technical ability, maybe not quite as good.
Well, it was seen as Joe Allen's biggest feature was that like terrier quality and being able to recycle possession. And he goes by the wayside. There's no. I think Klopp would keep Lallana. In fact, I remember we had a conversation. We were sat here 3-4 years ago saying I'd actually let Lallana retire at Liverpool, but it's just a confluence of circumstance here, and I just think he's probably looking at it himself and thinking, I'm fit, but I'm not going to get anywhere near this Liverpool team anymore, and that's no shame on him. It doesn't mean he's not a really, really good footballer. I think there's a ton of football clubs in the Premier League who would be improved by having a Lallana, and it's a nice example, I think, of a footballer.
Like, I'd say maybe all 20 of them.
Yeah. Well, we're the better squad for having Adam Lallana.
Exactly, and I think everybody would be. Yeah. I think what when Jordan's talking about him and how good he is, when Klopp's talking about him being the best trainer he's ever worked with. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is high praise from one of the best managers in world football, who's had a long career, who's pretty much won everything now, Jürgen, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. And he's saying that he's the best trainer that he's ever worked with, and what he's done with the squad. I mean, I'll be sorry to see him go, and he'll be missed, but he won't be missed enough by the fans for me.
Yeah, and I hope it's one of those things where, in time, because we look back on so many random Liverpool players as being legendary, and probably because we've set the bar. The bar was set quite low for a number of years at this club, but in the 21st century, the bar has been largely very, very low by the standards of the decades that have preceded and come, and obviously now we're in. I hope he gets remembered really well by Liverpool fans. He should do. I think he's been a terrific servant for the club. He's an incredibly talented lad. He's got so much. I think he's got so much still to offer at the highest level, and it will be a shame to see him play for other teams. And I know he's got loads of fans, and he's earned them as well. Right, we've got a brand new member. It is GSC 9671. Welcome as a first teamer. We've got a super chat in as well from It's Strauss. And gents, enjoy tonight. You've earned it. Thank you so much. Keep your comments and interactions coming in. If you want to sign up and become a member, it really does help benefit the channel, of course. And again, it gives you access to custom modes and extra content. We are going to take a very short break before the game kicks off, but don't go anywhere. I mean, go somewhere. Have a wee, like Chris is desperate for. And go, get yourself a cuppa, get yourself a bevy. Do what you got to do. Get yourself ready. Get your karma straight. It's 5 minutes till kick-off. We're going to have a quick break where we explain the Red Men TV YouTube memberships to you, and then we'll be back, and it will be live, and we'll be on the countdown to the trophy lift. Hey everyone, Redmen TV memberships on YouTube are now live. You can support the channel and unlock exclusive loyalty badges and custom emotes to be used in our live streams and around the platform as well. So whether you want to show support for the people on the news shows, or you want to really let manager Chris Pajak know that he's doing a bad job or a really good job on the Football Manager YouTube series, then you can do. Tier 1 will get you those. On Tier 2 you'll also unlock the Final Word show that is normally only on the redmentv.com, and you're going to get discounts to Redmen TV merch as well. 10% on Tier 1 and 2 and 20% on Tier 3, which will also get you access to absolutely everything. Yes, it's as simple as that really. So if you want to join up and become a Redmen TV member on YouTube, then join our membership scheme. If you want to join up for more, go to the redmentv.com, of course. But yes, if you want to support what we're doing, please do. Don't feel that you need to. The free content will always be there. But if you want that little bit more interaction and customization, then yes, become a Redmen TV member on YouTube and sign up today.
Welcome to the Redmen TV
Wow.
What was that?
Yeah, what about scuff crosses in all season?
Not bad.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, man. We bang a few more headers in, win the league title, sound fair?
If you say so, but you know, we'll see how the season will.
Something about thousands of Liverpool fans with flares and beers and chants and songs just changes everything. And
Kicking the receipt?
Yeah.
Fucking chance.
So all the rest was very exciting.
I'm down here, I can't get up.
Did you get the footage of that? Yeah?
it's 3-all. The tie, we're level in the tie. Fuck's going on, boys?
I'll think about that when the time comes.
I've got a radical idea.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It is the Fanzone Watchalong. We are here. The game is very shortly going to be kicking off. If you want to sync up with us, there will be a clock in the corner of the screen when the game kicks off. Just basically, if you need to stop us and let the game catch up, do that. If you need to do it the other way around, then do that. It's pretty easy. If not, find a young person to help you. But the games out there, the teams are out on the pitch now. We can see that wonderful podium behind. Minutes before kick-off, Chris, what are your thoughts?
I'd really like Mo Salah to get 5 goals and get the golden boot, mainly just because Salah was on the screen. I'm also thinking Tom might have shut A-Power because I can't connect to it anymore, which may be a problem later on in the stream. And finally, I've just seen something on Twitter, which you guys will have probably seen and heard, but Martin Tyler has just said Chelsea are giving Liverpool a guard of honour, but perhaps it should be the other way around because it was Chelsea who won them the league by beating Manchester City.
Oh, get in the bin, you fucking turd. Martin Turdler is what his name needs to be from now on. In fact, if everyone can write Martin Turdler and hashtag Martin Turdler on Twitter, let's see if we can get that trending. Scott Hawks with the super chat at $25. Again. Scott, you wonderful human being.
My God.
Are you getting an Adrian?
So much.
I've got to get it in once a stream. Scott, thank you so much. Congrats and thanks for a great season to the team and to you lads. Looking forward to seeing that cup raised after waiting 30 years. All the best. Mate, me too. I think we all need this trophy lift as a fan base, and the only annoying thing is we've got to, potentially sit through 90 minutes where Chelsea aren't going to roll over and have their bellies tickled here, Chris, and I could really wish they would, because I know they need the points and top 4 ambitions, but have they not considered our happiness? I just need to see Liverpool get back to winning a game of football well.
I would love us to, but you know what? I kind of respect the fact that these guys are competitors and aren't going to do that. I know it looked for 2/3 of the season like that's what everybody was doing for us, Paul, but I think that was more on Liverpool than the other way around.
I wish that was true. I've gone back through this season. Fuck me, we've ground this season. We've ground it into a fine paste in the end, but yeah, we absolutely have. Yes, anyway, we are underway at Anfield. The ball is kicked off. Liverpool are attacking the Anfield Road end in the first half, and of course, therefore, the Kop and the podium in the second. Gini Wijnaldum sprays the ball to Mo Salah. Floated ball over the top. It's not a great headed clearance, but it is cleared at the second opportunity, and Willian heads it back to Reece James. Fabinho, dominance in the air. This ball has not touched the ground. There it is. It's touched the ground. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, and then Joe tells you to do's boss, lads.
Yeah, it's an energetic start.
Yeah, well, it'll calm down in a minute, won't it? Yeah. Grass isn't looking great there, is it?
It's been like this for a while, hasn't it? It's got these weird...
Is it coronavirus, Paul?
Yeah, the pitch has got the Rona, mate. It's got weird crop circles on it. Someone's done something stupid there, and then rather than own up, they've come in and gone, oh no! The pitch has got a problem. Oh, this is brand new information to me. Definitely someone's fucked that. Oh. And there you go. Sadio with his post-lockdown touch there. I'm joking. He's brilliant. But yeah, we could really do with Sadio Mane having a Sadio Mane full fat game rather than particularly not that game.
Skimmed.
Yeah, no, he was skimmed. He was skimmed against Man City, mate.
How'd you milk or not?
He was badger milk, to be fair, like cat milk.
I'm still wondering how you milk or not.
Bobby Firmino listened out to Mohamed Salah. Goes to the return through ball and it is cut out, and as Piliqueta goes long down the pitch on this left-hand side. Wonderful touch from Mason Mount. Let's get a Liverpool song in. You can request songs throughout the stream by using the comments section. If you want me to see it, obviously it flies through. If you want to see, please do feel free to super chat if you want to. But we're going to go with We Shall Not Be Moved. That can go a little bit quieter, please, Tom. Wonderful. Kepa Arrizabalaga kicks it long down the field. Joe Gomez challenging with Giroud, who comes out the better of that there. That's going to be an interesting one. I wonder whether Giroud will sit closer to Gomez in this game, Chris.
I think he probably will do. I think he's actually been all right against Virgil van Dijk. Louis was saying that before as well, but obviously you're going to go closer to Joe Gomez. But it's interesting, you know, the first two balls into him, Joe Gomez does really well. Once he pushes him out the way and basically says, no, this isn't going to be an easy day for you. And the second time he goes and wins the ball, nice little shoulder there by Willian for us. Because obviously it's gone out of play. But no, Joe Gomez, big day today for him against Giroud. Obviously a very experienced player. I think one that's been underappreciated, to be honest, through his entire career. I think he's a really good player and he's always caused those problems whenever we've played against him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very much a throwback to those days where big target men was Liverpool's absolute weakness. And look, football clubs still have that. It's still effective players in this league, particularly when you've got Giroud's skill level. But yeah, be interesting to see whether Joe Gomez stands firm, because it's the kind of game that Dejan Lovren normally goes a bit wild in when he has those physical confrontations. As Trent just eases the ball out for a Liverpool goal kick.
Quite a few people saying we're quite delayed in. I'm watching the stream on YouTube and I reckon our stream is 10 seconds behind our Sky TV, which isn't a stream. So I'm really surprised that people saying, yeah, 10 seconds, Max Power's saying it's 10 seconds out. I say it's 10 seconds out because I'm watching the stream on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Now, people on Now TV, I've just found out, can't pause it. And lucky...
There we go. I've got that. It's awesome.
If we talk faster, maybe we'll catch up with the stream.
Yeah, that's how it works. Wait. Is that a parrot? No, it's fine. Yes, anyway, it's played out to the left-back position. Marcus Alonso heads it over, and Mason Mount up against Joe Gomez. Gomez gives it away back to Alonso, and it's back to Kovacic. Is that in the midfield? Plays the through ball to absolutely no one, and the sexual beast himself.
Loads of people saying we're a minute off. We're not watching it on a stream. We're watching it on Sky TV. So, like, what are you watching it on?
Yeah, that will be delayed compared to what they're viewing on YouTube. It's got nothing to do with what we're watching on. They don't. It is what it is.
No, they're saying the game's a minute ahead of us. They're saying, so they were saying when we were on 4 minutes 10 on our match screen, they're saying the game's on 5 minutes.
No, it's not.
No, that's what they're saying. So we're using America or something? Sky One, NBC Sports. Sky One. Sky One. Let's go to Sky One.
That's a very
See,
good
there you
place.
go.
It's going to do Tom's head in if we have to change the match clock. Hold on a second. Cut behind.
What's
Let's
Sky
just wait
One?
for this
What's
moment.
the-
I mean, this is
what's
the past, isn't it? We're on Pick TV, aren't we?
I don't know what that is. Hang on, no. Oh, okay. Right, in the next 50 seconds, the Liverpool score. There you go,
Christ,
6:36.
So an HD version of this channel, fuck me.
Right, boys, that was well done. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody there.
Hang on, Tom, I'm going to find the HD version of this because this is doing me head in.
What number is Sky One HD? In a minute's time, you'll be able to tell me.
So, anyway, the ball's going to play. Perfect time for me to focus entirely on doing this. But AFL Brentford, no.
106.
No, it's not. It's.
I mean, they're saying it's 106, mate.
It should be, but it's not. What's the channel's pick on Sky? Does anyone know that?
What channel's pick? What channel's pick, everybody? Chelsea have got the ball now. It looks like Marcus Alonso, the rangy bastard, spreads it. Oh my God, we've got a 2-on-1 against Robertson there. They've tried to play Willian down the outside. Willian on the edge of the area. Robertson shepherding him.
He's changed with the cross. Good header, free header, Mason Mount.
Pick is 11 on Freeview. No, that's crap.
That's no use to us whatsoever.
Optus on Australia. Well, Dickie Oy Red. You know we're not in Australia. So that's no help to us, mate. But I appreciate the comments.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, God.
Just the HD channels, Paul. Just go to the HD channels only.
I'll do. Can we see the screen still? It's gone tiny. It's in the corner. Naby Keita, I believe, striding through. Looks for the through ball.
Give me the remote.
And it is cut out. It's fine. 259. You see it?
No, it's not there. We don't have any of the twos.
Hang on. There's Pick, though. Let's
There's
try
Pick.
that.
We've got Pick.
Oh,
8:20. We're 8:20 now. Right, Tom, do you want to try and sync up, mate?
Thanks, Tom. Right, anyway, there we go. Thank you, everyone, for sorting us out there. In your face, Sky TV. It's all about the Pick, baby.
Why the hell didn't Sky Sports have the most up-to-date stream?
Absolutely no idea, Chris.
And why the hell? I mean, not that I ever care, but why Sky One not got HD?
No.
It's a.
Oh,
Mane
inside the box now. He's battling. He's maintained possession. He's running into nowhere. Reece James does enough to put him off and comes away with the ball as well. Let's have another little song,
Definitely team we're now a minute ahead of him. Pause us then for a minute, mate.
The only problem with this,
We've gone and won the league.
Gone and won the league. We don't have any. Because we haven't been together to sing any songs. We don't have any.
I was really hoping that the EI audio would come back out, mate.
Yeah.
Love to hear that. Love to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, ball's played back into the middle. Jorginho. They've just managed to maintain possession there, and Chelsea are doing all right so far. Liverpool, it's just not quite come together as yet. But we're going to get a sense here. I think obviously Chelsea have played a lot more football than Liverpool in this last few days as well, because they've exerted themselves heavily and they've kind of paid the price, either side of the FA Cup as well. You've got to hope that we've had a full week to prepare for this game, that which should, over the course of the 90, favour Liverpool.
Yeah, well, it should do. Yeah, I mean, I also think you've got to take into consideration that Liverpool were building up to play this start 11 against Arsenal, weren't they, with the changes?
Yeah.
So not only have we had that, the Arsenal, you've had a 7-day break. You know what you're doing. Yes, there'll have been media responsibilities and everything else. We saw Jordan do interviews over the last couple of days, but the focus has got to have been on this Chelsea game.
Absolutely. Stephen Murphy, welcome.
Yes,
First team member, you superstar. Let's mix it up. You can have a. Whoa, you little dancer. Yes. Anyway, the ball's in the midfield with Chelsea. Chelsea getting a good old grip of this game so far, passing it round. Liverpool trying to upset them. Bobby Firmino nearly gets it. The referee's play on there. As he goes to ground, is Alonso driving down that left-hand side. Picked up Mason Mount, who's overhit the cross and all the way over to the right-hand side for Liverpool throwing. Liverpool probably need to. Well, I mean, it's only 10 minutes in, Chris, but Chelsea have just settled a little bit better so far.
Yeah, I think so. possession-wise, they've not done anything with it yet, have they? But yeah, middle of the park, they're doing all right. I think there's a couple of opportunities. Firmino nearly gets one there where he presses him. Fabinho's done well and picked the ball off once or twice. We'll be feeling our way into this game at the moment, won't we? A lot of emotions for all these Liverpool players as Liverpool start to attack on that left wing.
Well done, Naby Keita, just maintaining possession. Oh, that is fantastic. I mean, the big criticism of Keita's often, is he strong enough? But I think we're starting to see more and more. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, of course, or jinx it in any way, shape or form, but it's a few times in the last few games where we've seen a more physical Naby Keita.
Yeah, low centre of gravity, hasn't he? When he sticks his feet in the ground, he's hard to push off the ball, and we constantly talk about it, don't we? He moves in mysterious ways, doesn't Naby Keita?
It does, absolutely.
So no one knows what he's going to do. Yeah, I think he is strong, mate, and I think he's brilliant with the ball. He knows how to use what little body he's got to shield that football.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, Virgil van Dijk's going for a jog. He's gone full Joel Mata. Oh, no, he's not. He's past it. Gini Wijnaldum switches his body weight. It's interesting that Wijnaldum seems to be over on that right-hand side as well.
I do prefer Keita on the left, though.
Oh, so. Salah. He just couldn't find Firmino's feet, but he's kept going.
Backstick.
Salah, can he stand it up? No. Short.
That's the answer, yeah.
No.
I feel like I should have answered that for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Robertson, Salah, back to Robertson. Going to be to Fabinho in the middle of the park. Mo Salah, Fabinho. Liverpool just getting some nice touches on the ball here.
And Mo as well.
Yeah. He wants it. Gini Wijnaldum again looking into Salah. Just can't get himself over into where he wants to be on the pitch. Keeps getting passes.
Keita in that little space. He wants it. Robbo 1-2.
Keita.
Yeah,
the give and go wasn't quite on how we wanted, but Firmino, Keita back to Firmino. Just a little bit too intricate. Fabinho, Salah, he's got Trent on the overlap. Will he need him? He's driving into the box. Mo Salah, little go. He's blocked off. The referee says no. He says no. If it was baseball, it would be safe, but it's not safe. It's shit. I mean, Mo Salah, he drives in.
You know what?
He runs into traffic.
He doesn't have to get out the way. But he moves towards Salah, so that's a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just stupid. I hate using this phrase because it's a bit of a cliche, but I think you probably just give that as it's a bit of a daft free kick to concede in the middle of the park, but I think it's a free kick. Anyway.
If he'd have just been stood there and Salah runs into him, he doesn't have to get out the way, but he takes a step into Salah's path. Yeah. As Josh Johnson becomes a first teamer. Thank you,
Josh Johnson. Willian tries to bring it down.
Brilliant. Is that right foot?
Yeah, that's why. Great ball into the midfield to Jorginho. Chelsea spray the ball out wide to Reece James, high up on this right-hand side. Fizzes that ball in. It's dealt with for now. Nice. Naby Keita does well. And it's going to be chip cleared.
Wow.
Left foot this time. There you go. Brilliant. Keita tries to find Firmino. He does. He looks inside to Sadio Mane, who, I mean, gets a little bit of physical contact, and goes down. Good to see at least that, I mean, I'm not sure if that's in the penalty area. He gets it. Because apparently, we don't get penalties. Ooh. There you go. Yeah, it's an interesting little moment at the highlight in there. Willian's touch, just he's in if he controls that a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a good ball actually. They've done that quite well, and it's not come off. It's not led to anything yet, but they are starting to work some decent positions. But saying that, Liverpool last 5, I think, have just started to settle into the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Without doing anything in particular, but again, yeah, you're right. There's a general sense that Liverpool doing a bit better. Obviously, the Mason Mount chance is still the biggest chance of the game so far, and it did fall very much to Chelsea early on in the game. And we've not really seen anything in terms of goal-mouth action either way just yet, as we spray a massive ball over to Salah. It's cut out. Gini Wijnaldum goes into a physical confrontation and loses. It's a throw into Chelsea inside their half, creeping up towards the halfway line. Jorginho's made a really insightful run there. He spread the ball. Reece James, and they're using the width of the pitch as it says, because they're stretching us quite well. It's gone for goal.
Yeah, they're overloading on that left-hand side, aren't we? Which is forcing us across, and then Reece James has been there every single time over on that right-hand side in acres of space, to be fair. And look at that run from Azpilicueta as well. That could have caused us a few issues if you've not been a selfish prick. Anyway, Daniel Ince has just signed up as a first teamer. Daniel, thank you very much.
Thank you. Beautiful. Yes, you've got access now then to the custom remotes, which you can see Eric Forbes is using them there, Ross is using the YNWA ones and the trophy lift ones as well. So yeah, you can use that. You know, you've got it there. You can reenact the trophy lift later yourself in emote form. Go for it. Go wild. Andy Robertson driving forward. A little loose in his touch. And he's dispossessed. Gini Wijnaldum, look at that gut busting run to go and press Kepa. And then Azpilicueta clears it away. Naby Keita picks it up. He's got Trent making a forward run. He turns.
That's good though, because Kovacic is, if we can... I was going to say Kovacic came from a really sort of deep position. Then if we were managed to get round him, they could have been slightly exposed there in the middle of the park. But unfortunately, he's done well.
Question from Subro Pontes saying, "Are you not going to stay live for the trophy presentation?" It's a separate stream, so when the game finishes, we'll take a very short break. But that stream will be up and running. That you can dive over to there, and we'll be staying live throughout the trophy presentation. Songs and smiles
nice skill again there from Mane.
And all good stuff indeed. Let's have a bit of Sadio Mane. Team forward, because it's just, I mean, look, we were talking about the way their teams lined up. There's times there, Chris, where it's a flat back four. There's times when they really want to get men back, and that's the one thing about this. You know, normally three of them, that is a 10.5 from Naby Keita. He strides through into the midfield. He's got the run of Roberto Firmino. Oh, he just couldn't quite pick him out. Unlucky.
It's good play by James, though, isn't it? I mean, he comes off Sadio Mane in the end, and actually, you know, I'm not sure Keita could have played the ball to him or could have seen him, but Mane was free because of that. But that's good midfield play, getting back there, isn't it? And that's where it comes in, 3 at the back, but also a 5 when they're defending. So yeah, but we're starting to look good. And just before that passage of play, I don't know whether you noticed, but Keita had actually gone up and joined Roberto Firmino there for a second. So I wonder whether that's something we're going to see a little bit more of as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, Liverpool just starting, again, creeping into the game. It's not been giant strides forwards or anything, but it is certainly a few more notes of encouragement. That turn from Naby Keita just to get us on the front foot. I mean, that's the thing. One of the things that he's very good, very, very good at doing. You know, Lallana's great at doing it, and you need to have that in your locker to be in this Liverpool team, because you know, you talk about on stats and tactics, and you know, it's a very modern footballing phrase, but transition and how you move from being in your defensive shape to being in your attacking shape. Naby Keita, when he's on form, you can see those little touches are going to be pivotal.
Absolutely. I just wanted to, as long as we get a little bit break and play, I'd maybe just like to go to the stats. Obviously Chelsea got the ball just in our half at the moment, so maybe not the best time, but
Joe Gomez clears it for Fabinho, and it's got Gini Wijnaldum down this right hand side. Is he going to try and stretch his legs? He's really got nowhere to go. And Jorginho,
we've got a little break in play now. So if we can go over to the iPad, please, Tom. You can see that Liverpool haven't had a shot on target yet. Obviously Chelsea have had 2 shots. Liverpool haven't even had a shot. But passes-wise, it's 139 to Chelsea, 129 to Liverpool. So it's not actually, we are creeping back into it. And we've actually had more attacking third passes. We've doubled their attacking third passes. We've had 24 to their 12. Now, this is at 19 minutes, and the game's just coming up to 20. So a little bit out of date, a minute out of date. But interesting that Liverpool actually had more attacking third passes.
And most of them was actually Mo Salah just playing all those give and goes when he was trying to get back to the right wing, probably.
Yep, that's right. It does say that on StatZone if you look in the small print.
Sad. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously nothing fundamental there, and I'm sure all the people who hate stats will be like, the most important stat is the goals. You're right, absolutely.
It's nice to lead to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, it's a goal kick to Chelsea, 20 minutes and 11 seconds into this game. Don't forget, you can sync up with us.
Isn't it funny now that like all these possession-based sides now go to the middle of the goal and put the ball down, whereas like obviously when you're time wasting, it still then goes to the right-hand side or the left. But if you actually still want to win a game now, everyone goes to the centre.
Really interesting. That's
really funny.
Sky loving that 8%. Starting 11, start for Lallana, so much they've used it twice already. Brilliant. Good on them. Fabinho nods it down. Naby Keita nearly saw Robbo short. And again, Robbo caught up Virgil van Dijk, forced to engage. He'll be raging about that. And Keita goes all the way back to Alisson Becker and then presumably on to Joe Gomez. Liverpool have it in the centre-back position, and let's have a
well
little
done,
shout.
Joe. He's just beasted, Giroud.
Let's have a little shout. Let's have Out to the right-hand side, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Ooh, nice little turn inside, pass to Fabinho, back to Joe Gomez. All the way across to Virgil van Dijk. Keep your song suggestions coming in the comments section alongside or underneath the video if you're a big Virgil. See Virgil just the gesture there as he strides forward, as he expends energy, he's forced to accelerate, which makes him really angry and just a little frustrated maybe because of the movement in front of him.
He does that quite often, to be honest, Paul. He basically, I think a lot of players are used to centre-backs who aren't as good as Virgil van Dijk. They've played with them throughout their entire career, so they naturally get into a position where there's an easy pass. Yeah. And Virgil's like, I'm fucking better than everyone you've ever played with. Go away. Yeah. I'll make the pass. Yeah. You don't need to be back here. Let's utilise me being boss and get you further up the field.
Just an interesting little moment there where Keita fed the ball into Fabinho and he chose to turn back towards our half, whereas I wonder whether it was just needs a little bit more bravery, just someone like Fabinho. It's not on Fabinho to change this game per se because of the role that he plays, but just it might need us to just take a chance through the middle of the pitch maybe. Or Mane is just finally dispossessed.
What? That Reece James is doing really well against Sadio Mane there. I mean, he got beasted once, don't get me wrong, but
Naby Keita in a battle with Willian. Naby Keita's come out top, he's going to strike it! Oh,
fuck me!
Oh my God, oh my days! Naby Keita! What a hit, son!
What a hit!
He's got a foot like a traction engine!
He must have a foot like a traction engine!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can you pass me my headphones? I lost them over there.
No idea where that's going. Oh, yeah, is that it? Naby Keita.
Fuck me.
Oh! And we haven't got the sound on. Can people confirm in the comments? Did it go tink when it hit the woodworking on the way in? Look at that.
Fuck me.
Oh. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is amazing. There we go. In fact, oh no, we haven't used it. We got.
Naby lad.
Have you got
the
Oh, Chris, the third best time to score in football.
Yes.
Woo! Just before the first drinks break. Jamie Keegan with $. I don't know what currency that is. Thanks for everything, people. Redmen TV is the standard for LSU News and Interaction. We deserve it. Cheers, PS. Become a member, it's worth it. Yes, Jamie Keegan. Oh, have another one.
Scott Hawks is just scared to script kids. What a
We had a shout in the comments.
Go on, he's doing it again.
He's doing it again. Yes! We had a shout in the comments from someone just earlier saying, I'd like to see Keita hit one from distance.
Yes,
and there you go. He's got it in his locker. Oh, wow. Those wonderful.
Why is he wearing a scarf over his head? He's missed it. Top left's missed it.
He's on the delay. He's watching the Sky Sports HD stream, isn't he? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Ben Pryor. Fucking banger that. Hello, Ben.
Naby lads. What a hit. Oh, that is incredible. You know what? Have we got the... We've got Naby Keita, haven't we?
Has Ben just sworn in 2 comments in the back?
Back to Alisson Becker, lifts his head up, good ball out to Trent Alexander-Arnold, opens his body up and looks down the line. It's a bit of a chase here for Bobby Firmino, but he's up for it.
I don't think he did look down the line. I think he just hit him down the line and then looked.
Yeah. This is where it's meant to go. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Reece James again. He's getting up and back as well. He's doing well.
He's really, really good. I was saying there's a glut of young, exciting fullback talent, and it's mad because we've actually got the best of them, which is insane. But like I was looking at it, and it's like on Champ Manager back in the day when you had you knew what the Wonder Kids were, or you knew you needed Cherno Samba and you knew you needed Maxim Shelko and all this kind of stuff. But there's only so many you can ever play in a side. Like I'd be made up with Reece James, or a season ago I'd have been made up with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and I'd be made up with tons and tons of these guys. But yeah, there's too many of them. There's too many good right backs, and unfortunately for everyone else,
we've got the best.
We've literally got the best, which is grand.
You know what though, That Naby Keita goal, it's so special, Megs. Oh. It's so special.
Did he call it? Did Joe Gomez call it?
What that will do for him could be a fucking massive thing in his Liverpool career, couldn't it? Just giving himself that like little nod of recognition. You can do this. You can do this in this side against the big teams.
We've been talking, and I said I keep referencing the book because I've been pouring everything into it this last couple of weeks and revisiting so many old games. And this shout of we need a creative midfielder, a lot of it comes down to what people want is someone who occasionally just bangs a worldie in from outside the box. But I was saying, and I'd said it 5 minutes before, we needed to be a bit braver. We needed to just drive through the middle of the pitch because it gives us a different dimension. It's very difficult to do that, but that's why you have a player like Naby Keita, because it gives you another dimension. It's not something that most footballers can do, because more often than not you're going to run into trouble. But that's why I use the words bravery. You need someone who's prepared to lose the ball. And Keita, I think you're right. I think it does his confidence no end of good, because when you start proving that you can do it, you're more confident to do it the next time.
Absolutely. Oh wow, Susan Morgan Livingstone as well has become a first teamer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Susan. You can have a boom.
The best word I can say, but will describe this was boom.
Thank you so much, Susan, for joining up. Yes, brilliant.
You know what's been great about today's game so far is that we've not been wasteful in front of goal. We've had one shot.
Yeah, quite the opposite. Yeah. One shot, one goal. We should be more like that. Let's have 2 shots and 2 goals.
You know, Mo Salah's had 10 shots over the last couple of weeks and hasn't scored a goal. 6 of which have been on target.
Thank you. That's a dynamite.
Oh, Alisson was looking for something. He was looking for someone.
It was probably Mo, wasn't it?
It was almost definitely Mo.
Right, Sal. Yes, Jane Maxing, goal of the month indeed. Thanks so much for all your comments. Keep your thoughts on that coming in.
What's your favourite goal of the season?
I don't know. I struggle to remember a lot of them.
Mo!
Oh, hang on a second. Mohamed Salah driving in the middle. He's looking for Roberto Firmino. Roberto Firmino's trying to cut her. Shoot, Roberto! Shoot!
He's not arsed, is he?
Oh, I know. It's like trying to play your game. Stick to your fundamentals. It's very sensible, but just fucking bang one, Bobby. Honestly, you're forgiven. Then pass the next one. My favourite goal of the season is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain away to Genk, outside of the right boot off the crossbar. One of the most ridiculously amazing goals I think I've ever seen, and not in any season, let alone this one. What about you?
That one where it's a great passing play and Robbo crosses it and it bounces and then Salah heads it down.
Yeah.
That was just glorious, wasn't it? What everyone else is, let me know in the comment section. What is your favourite goal of the season?
There we go.
I mean, and Chelsea's against City.
Into Mane, looks for Gini Wijnaldum, looks for Mane over the top. He's touched it down. He's been shouldered to the ground. The referee is having absolutely nothing of that.
It's not a pen.
Shoulder to shoulder, you might argue. I'm going to argue the opposite. I'm saying that's an held-on pen and the referee's fault. Anyway, Naby Keita goes back to Virgil van Dijk, and speaking of which, let's have a little bit of his song as soon as I fill for enough moments that I can find it on the iPad in front of me.
Alisson to United, Gareth Jones to Keita, yeah, fair enough.
I don't know, you know, Chris.
I missed it the second time, sorry. I'm just going to have to stick to what I said. Never mind the fact that you've seen it twice and one in slow motion. I'm just going to say no penalty.
What you got to do now is double down on it, triple down on it for the reaction shows, and then get slaughtered for
what I do.
That's what we do.
Fabinho against City, flying in, Sim Pearce. Kieran 95 as well. Now we're starting to play football.
Absolutely. Mohamed Salah on this right-hand side. He's got Gini Wijnaldum. He's kept possession. He's into the box. Still Salah! Mane's right there! Pass it, Mo. Stop smiling! Smile.
Mane's on the penalty spot. Look at this run. Look at this movement.
Look at this. He's trying to recreate the Tottenham goal from the other season.
He missed it, that doesn't he, in the end? Yeah, but he's not trying to hit Mane, so it's the wrong decision.
Yeah. No, it's actually a touch from Rudiger, isn't it?
I take it back. It'll be all right when Virgil scores this one from the old corner anyway.
Towering Virgil van Dijk header.
Taken slowly.
Van Dijk! Yes, okay. Corner ball then to Liverpool on that right-hand side. Firmino wrestling with Rudiger. I'm not sure that's allowed. The referee seems to be fine with it.
He's just grabbed Virgil van Dijk right in front.
Gini Wijnaldum!
He's just grabbed Virgil van Dijk on where my love handles are, and I don't know what it would be called on Virgil, but muscle.
Empty.
Probably.
Empty, yeah. Decent enough header, but it was never really going to trouble the keeper unless he decided to throw one in, which is very much possible.
Oh no!
They're in behind. Mason Mount, 1-on-1 with Alisson. Oh, and he scored. But is it offside? He doesn't look to celebrate.
It was.
Yeah, he looks to be offside. I really wish they would cut to a camera angle that confirmed it rather than continuing with his looking at his face. Oh yeah, he is offside there. The two of them.
But you know.
Trent has that moment like, no, I'm in the line, definitely in the line. You were in the line, Trent, it was fine, definitely, 100%.
The officials are waiting for VAR. It's confirmed, Liverpool are the champions, says John Gibbs. Miles.
Brilliant.
This Big TV are alright, aren't they? You've got like all the normal Sky people involved.
Has Mane won the throw in there? I think he actually might have. Yes, Sadio! A bit of Sadio needle. He'll kick you in the head, son. He will.
Well done. Give him a song.
Andy Robbo battling for this one. Go through the back heel.
Give him his song. Give that man his song.
Which one?
Sadio.
Andy Robertson's got the throw deep into Chelsea territory. He's looking for movement. He's looking for someone to release the ball to. Here comes Gini Wijnaldum and retreating is Sadio.
Oh, wow.
Buffeted. And Liverpool come out with the ball. Gomez now over the right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold goes wide to Salah and retreats into space. Salah trips, gets it back. Looks for a little ball over the top. It's not quite worked out. A good touch from Gomez.
I don't know who it was on Twitter, but I think it might have been Andy Grant. Who posted Salah's goal against Chelsea, you know, the absolute banger. And I don't know why, he basically said he hadn't seen the commentary or heard the commentary of it. And it's where Jamie Carragher goes, the keeper didn't even smell it. Have you ever heard that one before? It's absolutely brilliant. We've got a super chat in there as well. I tell you what, whatever that currency with the 50 still on the screen, Paul, so it must have been a massive super chat. So
absolutely
thank you to
amazing. Thank you. Kevin Dury with a US $20 super chat. Thank you. Chris, this time last year we were sharing a pint before a blistering hot day at Fenway. Great to be able to watch along with you lads today from Dallas, Texas. You were twatted that day.
What day?
Boston match day.
Don't remember it. Is that the day me and Gibbo snuck off into a pub that we weren't allowed into, but just kept showing our press passes, and no one said no, so we got into like this unbelievable bar in Fenway that we weren't allowed in. And the thing is, I went on my own and Gibbo was just sat at the bar, and I was like, hello mate, how are you? Like, you know what I mean? It was brilliant. Just kept walking down corridors with these amazing fucking jerseys on the wall, and we're like, okay, I'm just going to keep going until I can find a really nice pint. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the pint as well with me over in Boston. I don't remember it, but that's because I had a great day.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the best sometimes. I mean, that's the nature of pints, really, isn't it? But yeah, thanks so much, Kevin. What a time we had in Boston. I can't wait for things to come back to normal and we can go back on the tours again. God knows what we're going to do this summer. We'd normally be in the States right now, and yeah, here we are playing Premier League footy. That being said, I'd swap all the tours for what we're about to receive, which is of course the Premier League trophy. Thank you. Yeah, thanks once again to Kevin for the super chat.
Greetings, Addy.
Superstar. Matthew Daniel says, Payjack, it's called an oblique on Virgil.
Okay.
There you go. He's grabbing his obliques.
Didn't have a clue.
Yeah. Gini Wijnaldum has the ball. It goes back to Trent Alexander-Arnold in the right back position, all the way back to Alisson, who will be pressed, but not pressed well. And Virgil van Dijk will go, and Giroud will have lost 5 minutes off the end of his career for doing that, and he'll be gutted. Bobby dropping deep. Sadio dropping deep as well, looking to get more and more involved in this game. He's fired up for this, Sadio Mane. He's still going. It's still Mane. He's beaten 3 men. He's been side down from behind. The referee has given a free kick.
Kovacic pushed him before as well. There was a little bit of needle there. It all started after that stuff with Azpilicueta. Yeah. I mean, get your canister out and also get your yellow card out because that's dangerous.
Yeah, they're desperately trying to hack him down. I'm looking, and there's a chance he wins the ball there, Chris.
There's a chance he dives as well. But
no,
that's
he
a
definitely
foul.
takes a stand.
Yeah, that's a foul. Okay, I
100%.
feel fine.
Amazing, thanks, Tom.
I can't hear Tom.
Yeah, actually, no, I can hear him through the wall. Ryan Rogers with the super chat, $5 US. Need a creative midfielder. I knew we should have got Fekir. Yes, I genuinely thought I was going to have to go into my rant mode there about it, Ryan. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, I mean, look, we might well do. What's he fucking moaning about?
Not winning the league.
Oh,
yeah. Thanks, Tom.
He gone for the wee?
No, he was on mute because I think he was eating something crunchy. Is that what you said, Tom?
What's that?
Crunchy. Well, that is crunchy. I mean, it's in the name.
Free kick then. Trent Alexander-Arnold. How many yards from goal, Chris?
26.
Yeah,
probably.
I'll have that.
And this is going in at 80. No,
Trent.
72 miles an hour.
He's going to shoot. He's going to hit it! Alexander-Arnold with the free kick. It's Liverpool 2, Chelsea 0. What a goal! What a goal from the Scouser in our team! Oh my days! He just knew it.
That's so central. He shouldn't be able to score that, but he does. And it's perfect. And the keeper's rooted to the spot. And for all the money you pay him, he can't get too worldies, can he? Because he's crap. And Liverpool are boss. And Liverpool are Premier League champions. And that's why he's celebrating before he fucking even hits the back of the net.
And Kepa Arrizabalaga doing his great impression of a man who's just had the bus go past him. Brilliant. Oh my God, I love this team so much.
That is class.
The Scouts Beckham, says Michael Lucy.
Well, isn't it?
What?
That's a couple in a couple of weeks for Trent from free kicks. Like
4th Premier League goal this season. It's
his best scoring season.
Yeah.
Where did you read that from? The screen.
Exactly, from the screen. Yeah. I mean, I'm also responding to
Damien Jurovsky says, "Play his song, please." The Scouser in our team. Have we got it?
Yeah.
We've just done it, but let's do it again.
No, we've got it. I don't think we did it. But we don't think we've done it yet, have we? We've got it, but I can't guarantee it's quality. Let me just check. No, it's fine. Oh, it's the one where someone bangs something and we shut ourselves every time. Ready? Hey, brilliant. There we go. Robertson. Oh my God. Sadio Mane is just... He's turned into prime Ronaldinho tonight. Absolutely incredible. I've been talking a lot about Jordan Henderson in the last week or two, Chris, and how he's a man who I think is given everything to drive us on this season. Mane, that has been Mane's season for me. He's the other one. I think he at times during the season he was the guy, the one who gave every egg of energy to get Liverpool to this title, and we're seeing that Mane tonight.
We are, but the only thing I disagree with you on is that everybody's done it at times this season.
Oh yeah,
and that's the beauty of this side.
Yeah.
You know, when someone has a little dip, someone else is coming up. And you know, when it's not been Mane, it's been Mo, and when it's not been Mo, it's been Mane, and vice versa. And that's the beauty of having world class players all over the pitch, Paul. And you know, you can see it. Mane plays best when there's a little bit of needle in the game for him, and he goes and seeks it out almost at times, and that's what he's doing tonight. He looks like he's banged up for it. Mate, this side's just so good.
We're unreal. We're absolutely unreal. And in case you're not aware. Anyway, Giroud forced the game to run and get himself involved in Naby Keita. Not only does he stretch, he gets up as well off the floor, which was a very small moment where I watched his career flash before my eyes. And it was very brief and littered with injuries. But yeah, so far so good for Naby. Obviously scored an absolute thunder bastard of a shot. before Trent doubled our lead. Jonathan Cook with the super chat. £2, thank you so much, Jonathan. Players taking more individual risks, great to see. Exactly, Chris. These look like lads who they're playing like the side that they've been all season and the side that are worthy champions.
Yeah, and they're playing for something tonight. You know, I was wondering whether it really would affect Liverpool going and winning the trophy in a positive performance sense. I mean, he's literally fighting with James there. That's class, man. And it has, and it fired them up. And I think they want to put a performance in because they know that the eyes of the world, not just England, are on them tonight. Because you know everyone will be watching Liverpool lift that trophy. Funny though, actually, as we watch Trent's free kick again
from Alisson's view.
My goodness, that's class, isn't it?
Oh. It's out.
One of the things I was saying to Si yesterday, I think it was, we were talking about, it was like, if you were a Chelsea fan, would you watch the trophy lift? Because I don't, and I haven't. I've not watched trophy lifts. It's not something I'm interested in.
I've seen, well, yeah, I don't think I've watched too many live.
Yeah, not a thing. I have the image of the Man City after the Aguero thing in my head. I don't know whether that's because I watched it live or I've just seen that photograph so often.
Well, that's it, but it becomes history, doesn't it? That's the thing, and that's what it'll be. There'll be plenty of people who won't watch it live because it's not for you. You know, if you're a big fan of football, you'll watch it. Look, it's free to air on national, television and all that kind of stuff. So loads and loads of people will watch it. If people want to be wound up about it, they'll watch it. I've watched a fair few trophy lifts in my time, certainly, but like last season's a good example. We were in
go on, Mo.
Oh, Mo, he brought it down. He's still got it as he.
My days. Super chats there as well, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think we saw the City trophy lift in the pub because we went out for a bevy at the end of last season. So I didn't stick around anywhere to watch it. It just, you see, they're just on, aren't they? Geordie with 5, I believe that's Australian dollars. In Oz, up all night. Sadly, I've run out of drink. Anyone know of a 24-hour bottle in Melb? Need champagne to blow when Hendo does the baby steps.
I'm ball!
Oh, is it Gates given? Genie Wijnaldum, look at the look of rage on the man's face. It's Liverpool 3. It's that Chelsea shirt. You've just got to concede 3 goals at all times so people can put that shirt out and then write the score on it. Genie does the little celebration with Verge. Chris cornered in from Robertson. It's pinball. And he's reacted.
Mate, he's put his foot through that, hasn't he? I think there might have been a handball from...
Oh, yeah, handball there from the Jorginho.
If it's Mo, it will get pulled back, won't it, surely?
I think
it looks more like Jorginho.
Yeah, I think it's Jorginho who's handled it. Kepa is
He's not happy now, is he? Frank Lampard will be fuming for a couple of reasons. One, his side are losing 3-0 against the best side in the world. 2, he's still ruined the fact that he thinks Mane died for that free kick that Trent scored from. Love that, by the way. And 3, the fact that his team are out of the game after 43 minutes. So says me.
Yes, indeed. If anyone can help Geordie out, by the way, please do. But mate, you've had so many weeks to get your ale in. I mean, you've only got yourself to blame, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, the VAR has gone with us. Liverpool 3, Chelsea 0. Couple of minutes till half-time. The mighty Reds, your Premier League champions, are large and in charge.
He's just put that ball off his back.
Has just tried to pass the ball with his back. I mean, he fucked it, but he tried
At this point, I'm not asked. The lad doesn't even want to score, but he's happy playing passes off his back. He's just a piss-taking bastard, isn't he? He's brilliant.
Kunal S with the super chat saying watching from Rotterdam, Netherlands, subscriber since 2010.
Yes,
2010. That is impressive. This is 10 years we've been doing this channel, and my God, 10 years ago we were fucking shit. And this is look at us now. We're still shit, but Liverpool are amazing. Rohan Ramakar with $9.99 which I'm sure will wind Chris up, who just wants the extra cent. First they said null void, then asterisks, and now the whole world will forever remember that even in a pandemic, mighty Liverpool side won the title. Enjoy, lads. Love the channel. Up the Reds. Thank you so much, Rohan. And you guys can have a song because I think you deserve it.
Damian Janowski as well.
Mo Salah's got it on his right hand side. He cuts inside. Fabinho back to Salah. He'll be gagging to get on the score sheet. Sadio Mane into feet. They can't stop him. He is a raging bull in a China shop. A wonderful touch by Wijnaldum. Trent! Oh, Keita just couldn't convert it. And Willian is under pressure and he is... Oh, my referee. That is a wonderful tackle from Roberto Firmino. He's on the wrong side of it, and it is what it is. I can't see this super chat.
Sheldon, £5. Couldn't stand another minute of Tyler, so had to switch your commentary. What a goal by our Scouser. I love this team so much. Mr. Cooper, thank you very much for that one. Really appreciated. And Damien Jodowski, again. Thiago, who? 2 goals from 2 midfielders tonight, Paul. I think he might just be one of those lads that doesn't know who Thiago is.
Yeah, I know. Who? Did he used to play in midfield for Chelsea back in the day?
Alisson. Okay, there we go. Thanks.
And that famous Mourinho side. Never mind. Yes, Chelsea have a throw on this right hand side. Reece James takes it quickly to Azpilicueta, gets it back. Willian now under close scrutiny from Naby Keita. The ball gets spread and it's forced to go back. And it's interesting that Chelsea now are playing a little bit like Liverpool were in the first 10 minutes of this game. They just can't make anything stick. They're not putting a few more than a couple of passes together. Liverpool are getting men back in defence. They can't find any tangible place to put pressure.
Go on, Keita!
The other way. Oh, Bobby Firmino.
He's just had Kovacic on toast.
Tasty. Thanks, Tom. Yes, we've got a super chat. Rowan Ramakar.
Again.
Was this...
He was $9.99. I've marked him down, mate. He's on the list.
Couldn't send the cent, so here's another $9.99.
Oh, for
lads.
fuck's sake, you know it was
Have
2 now.
Drink on me. Up the red. Up you. In a good way, Rohan. That nearly sounded really bad. Thank you so much, Rohan. You absolute
mate,
superstar.
you're legend. Thank you.
Ball to the back to the little touch from Trent.
2.
Little complaint on by Alonso. Probably fair play.
Oh,
little flick. What a save! Oh, it's converted. It is turned in. Alisson Becker and his hopes of the Golden Gloves going up have gone now with that. Well, what a shame. He is raging. What a save he made from the initial effort.
It's an unbelievable save, isn't it? And look, Willian does really well there, doesn't he? Just to react so quickly, the save's fantastic.
Such a shame for Alisson there. Yeah, I mean the reflexes there. It's such close range. It's right at him. And he just...
and he's still there, even like he nearly beats Giroud to the ball.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh, man. Oh, that's gutting.
Well, fair play. Fair play. Yeah. Anyway, 3-1. I mean, it's a good time. It's the second best time to score. As we found out there for Chelsea. I've only got one more game to need to do that gag. Jacques Blondalf with the super chat.
Blandalf?
Genie. Yeah.
A bit like Gandalf.
Very
more bland
rhymes, boring, if you will. I'm
Sorry,
sure you're
Jack.
wonderful, Jack. Get Genie signed up for another few years, please. Monster, keep it up, Chris and Paul. Been watching since 2012. Thank you so much, mate. Anyway, it is half time at Anfield. It was Liverpool 3, Chelsea 1. What a performance, Chris. And annoying because we were just saying that Chelsea weren't really doing anything toward the back end of the half, and they've just about managed to nick themselves a goal, which means, well, probably from our perspective, Liverpool have the game's not done and dusted. Hopefully it means that they're going to go again and continue to do what they do.
Absolutely, and I think it'll be interesting because obviously, had we gone in at 3-0, I wondered whether Jürgen might make some earlier changes than he probably planned. I think, you know, if you say you get to the 70-minute mark and you're 3-0 up, I think Curtis probably comes on at that point. 3-1's that like little tasty scoreline where anything can happen, and he's probably sat there thinking, well, if this happens, I'll do this. If this happens, maybe I'll do that. So obviously it's a little bit closer and stuff, but it'll make a good game for it second half. And look, this Liverpool side and the way we've performed today, that's as good a performance as we've put in since the restart. I mean, Crystal Palace was brilliant, but the level of opposition and Crystal Palace's form, we didn't know at the time that they'd lose 7 games on the spin or not winning 7 games or something. This is a Chelsea side that admittedly have had a hard week, you know, tough games, but what we're doing to them after their good start is nothing short of scintillating at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, and this is the thing. I think our form, the only game that I think we've been genuinely a bit poo in was the Aston Villa. Because the Aston Villa and Everton was flat because I think it was the first game back, understandably. But there's games where we've played. I mean, Brighton, the first 10 minutes of Brighton was was very similar to when we started to hit form in this game. We started the Man City game really well as well, and that I think Liverpool have been largely fine, but the thing that's let us down is profligacy in front of goal, and that has been the exact opposite of what we've been in this game. We're getting opportunities, we're taking opportunities, and and whether that's just sharpness or being switched on or whatever that is, or maybe it's just a bit of luck. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, but yeah, we've been, after a slow start, I've been made up with how we've played so far.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of comments, super chats as well. Ben Pryor, bloody love these Reds. Bloody love you, Ben. Thank you so much for that, mate. Really appreciate it. Case Stallion 007. Best goal scored today, Keita, Trent or Brewster. Championship performance, let's get the lift. Love the channel. I'm assuming he means a performance of champions rather than like championship level football performance. Yeah. But thank you so much for the super chats. What's your favourite, Keita, Trent or Brewster?
That Brewster goal is amazing. I'll have to give it to Naby because he broke the deadlock. It's in the Premier League. We all desperately need. It's nice to see Brewster do well. But yeah,
my vote goes for Keita. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Would you prefer Keita, Trent or Brewster? What was your favourite? Sorry, Keita, Trent or Brewster? And finally, DSC Rowe. Notice the difference when it matters that we win. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, I think to them it does matter that we put in a performance tonight. Yeah. Super chat's coming in thick and fast. We can barely keep up with them.
There was a comment actually I just want to highlight from Shakur and Mia. It was just a normal comment. It's a stupid goal again to concede. We can't fucking keep clean sheets. Now here's the thing: we've still got the best defensive record in the league, which is worth noting. But I agree. The defence has been a little bit shaky in the lockdown thing. When we've not been scoring, that's been one of our issues. But look, when Liverpool, this Liverpool side plays, it plays on a fine edge, I think, and we saw this at the start of the season, from the start of the season till basically Gomez comes back into the side, which is like November-ish time. We conceded goals. We conceded like a goal a game, pretty much, and games were very tight and what have you. But then we had that spell, December, January, where we just stopped conceding, and that was the spell where we got the League One and whatever. So we've very much got it in us to keep clean sheets. I think you've got to look at what Chelsea have created. Chelsea are a very good attacking side. To beat a side as good as this without conceding is would have been a magnificent performance. But I agree, it's annoying.
I think you can tell that it does matter to them by Alisson's reaction there, and it's not just a reaction because he wants the Golden Gloves. It's not a reaction because he's just made that wonderful save. It's a reaction because he hates conceding goals, and to be a defender at this level, they all hate conceding goals. Virgil van Dijk hates conceding goals. You know, that's just part of them. I've actually got the little influence up because I think it's a really good talking point for us at the moment, Paul.
Yeah.
So on the iPad at the moment, you can just see we've got the influence chart. I'm just going to draw your attention to it first and foremost. So as you can see, obviously the back four, Paul, they're the ones who always seem to have the biggest influence because they're the ones who we pass the ball around more with. But from the midfielders and the forwards, it's Keita and Mane that stand out there. And as we play through as well, we will be able to see Naby Keita's influence growing and Sadio Mane's at the same time. I think that's quite interesting. And the summary, we've had four shots on target today. Naby's is one of them, and it's fucking tremendous. We had more attacking third passes, more take-ons have been brave as well, less crosses, which is nice to see as well, isn't it, Paul? 4 crosses to Chelsea's 10, because when we struggle, we seem to cross 30 times a game.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and I think it's telling that we again, that bravery in possession, we're getting the ball to Salah's feet, we're getting the ball to Firmino's feet, we're getting the ball to Mane's feet, and those guys, Salah and Mane in particular, are driving towards the penalty area. Naby Keita's driving towards the penalty area. We've changed that. We've almost changed our style. We're not into that world where we're just throwing cross after cross after cross into the box. It makes sense for Chelsea because they're having some good, well, they were up until the point where we kicked on. They were having some good possession in those sort of dangerous areas, you know, a third of the way up the pitch. Reece James getting up there, Azpilicueta up there supporting Willian, trying to get 2s and 3s up there and overload us. So it makes sense, and they've got Giroud, and you know, they're actually having good success from cross. They created the Mount chance, which he headed over from across into the box. They've created the chance for Willian, which obviously leads to the goal, which comes from across into the box. So, you know, if you can make it work, fine. But I think the way Liverpool are set up right now, we should be playing less crosses because we don't need to. We're better on the ground.
Absolutely agree. And finally, from the iPad as well, Tom, I've got the XG stuff in front of us, so I think I'll start with Chelsea's first and foremost. And the biggest circle right by the goal, obviously, is Giroud's. Very hard to miss that. I mean, they only give him 66% chance. I give him more than that, to be honest with you. Obviously, you got the Mount one that Paul was just talking about on 8 minutes, a 34% chance. You got a Willian in stoppage time, a 12% chance, and finally a Giroud one with only a 6% one. Now let's look at Liverpool's, Paul. Yeah, okay. Not the best XG chart that we've ever seen from Liverpool, because they're really, really difficult chances to score. For a start, Naby Keita's is the smallest dot. I'm not even sure whether you can see that from there, but I'm not sure whether I can press it. It's too small for me to press. There we go. It was a 3% chance, so 3 out of 100 of those go in. Trent was only a 5% chance on the free kick, and Gini's 8%. That will have been because of the crowded box more than anything else, and the type of volley that it was.
Yeah.
I think obviously a professional footballer would expect themselves to do better, but yeah, really interesting. A couple of super chats just coming as well.
Yes, a K Stallion 007.
Again?
Oh no, sorry, no, we've had him already.
Mongo Gaming, I think, is one of them. I can see because I can see his logo.
Have we done DSC row?
Yeah,
okay,
with Sam
cool.
Jameson and Mongo Gaming.
Go for it. Right, okay, sound. Mongo Gaming. Hello, lads and chat. I was 7 the last time we lifted the league championship trophy. This has been far too long. A great strike from Nabster and TAA.
Just
Thank
before you
so
do,
much, mate.
Mongo Gaming has got a YouTube channel as well where he plays Liverpool Footy Manager games. So if you want to go over and support him there, do that as well. I've watched a few videos, really enjoy it.
Sam Jameson with $4.99 US dollars. Love you guys as though I grew up with you. I'm a born and bred red from Belfast, living in Washington DC. You keep me connected. You'll never walk alone, lads. You'll never walk alone too, Sam. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Tony Blakeway's just come over as well.
Hi, Tony. Good old Tony. Awesome to be spending Trophy Day with you, lads. Been a long time coming. Thank you for all you do to keep us entertained during the Rona. You'll never walk alone. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, look, see, there's plenty of times the support of you guys. We love doing the live stuff because it means it's the closest thing we get. I'd rather be doing this in a packed bar full of people. We've had some great times doing live shows, and we haven't been able to do our post-season party or whatever, but much like Liverpool, when the time is right, we'll be able to have a big old bevy with all of you guys who want to come over to Liverpool and have a bevy with us. And hopefully, actually, next season, again, once we get to a position, hopefully where lockdowns eased a little bit more, we might be able to come to a town near you as well.
I've got a really cool comment here. Nikolai shared in. It's weird. People have been saying we're turning into a shite team. We'll struggle for top 4 next season. Need to replace half the team, etc. I wonder where these people are now. 45 minutes until celebration.
You know what? Where they are, Chris, ultimately, because I think there's some people
because it's late.
Yeah, but no, look, everyone just wants Liverpool to be boss. So as much as I think it's portrayed in the wrong way, sometimes I think people get a bit too wound up and I get a bit too angry about things when all everyone wants is Liverpool to be as good as possible. It's just that there's some people who don't get as fatalistic about it as others, and I see this, and we've been doing this for 10 years. When Liverpool have a little dip in form, there is a rise in just negativity and people presuming there's a deeper rooted problem. And at times over 10 years, there has been a deeper rooted problem. But I think we see more and more under Jurgen Klopp. Well, look, it's a side on the up, and you wouldn't bet against this side continuing to be this good, because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they be this good? And if there's improvements to be made or better coaching to be done, we're probably in a pretty good position to do it. Right, we're going to take a little break before the second half kicks off. If you want to join up to Red Man memberships, you can do. That'll be great. You get access to the custom moments. I'll get Ross to throw every single one of them into the comments. You can have a little look. You can click the little smiley face at the bottom of the comments section and have a little look yourselves. They'll be locked until you join as a tier 1 or above as a first teamer. If you are a tier 2 or tier 3, which is a club captain and a club legend, you also get tomorrow's final word show as well, where we get to talk about this game for an hour. What more could you possibly want for your Thursday afternoon?
Just before we go, I've just seen Stephen Ryder. Thanks, Tom, sneezing in my ear. I've just seen Stephen Ryder in the chat. Just wanted to say hello. Seen Hybrid Theory there as well. Just wanted to say hello. Big shout out to the MXP patrons and the Twitch watchers.
Absolutely right, guys. We're back in a couple of minutes. Hey everyone, Redmen TV memberships on YouTube are now live. You can support the channel and unlock exclusive loyalty badges and custom emotes to be used in our live streams and around the platform as well. So whether you want to show support for the people on the news shows, or you want to really let manager Chris Pajak know he's doing a bad job or a really good job on the Football Manager YouTube series, then you can do. Tier 1 will get you those. On Tier 2 you'll also unlock the Final Word show that is normally only on the redmentv.com, and you're going to get discounts to Redmen TV merch as well. 10% on Tier 1 and 2 and 20% on Tier 3, which will also get you access to absolutely everything. Yes, it's as simple as that really. So if you want to join up and become a Redmen TV member on YouTube, then join our membership scheme. If you want to join up for more, go to the redmentv.com, of course. But yes, if you want to support what we're doing, please do. Don't feel that you need to. The free content will always be there. But if you want that little bit more interaction and customization, then yes, become a Redmen TV member on YouTube and sign up today. Nice one.
Oh, welcome back. Thank you very much. Wow, I've just seen a close-up of the stage for the first time, which is absolutely brilliant. Paul will be back very, very shortly. He's obviously got a really rather large bladder, and it was rather full. So we've got a super chat come in from Cyrus Siggs, $20 US. Thank you so much. You got me through the Hodgson years. Now we enjoy the good times together. You'll never walk alone. My word, it seems a lifetime ago. It seems more than 10 years ago, doesn't it, that we were going through that, as we see Curtis Jones warming up. Yeah, well, I mean, we're obviously the game's about to kick off. We've got about another minute before Paul's back in the hot seat. Paul, are you expecting Klopp to do anything different at half time, to make any changes?
Absolutely not. No, I think he'll. Well, you know what? Honest answer, I was a bit definitive on that. I don't know. You don't know. Looking at the bench, with Lallana on there, with Milner on there, with Curtis Jones on there, I do wonder whether there might be a game plan all along where he just wants to get lads on the pitch just so they can get the chance to be a part of it. But I mean, I wouldn't personally. I'd still go 60 minutes, and then like Crystal Palace. Mm-hmm. You know, it's Crystal Palace. We brought Jordan Henderson off about 64 for Oxlade-Chamberlain, and we kept up the momentum of the game, and we're at 3-0. The game could have been done and dusted, but we pressed on and got the fourth. And I'd like to see us do that again, as much as it'd be great to see, you know, for nostalgia reasons, get a couple of these lads on the pitch, only if they're prepared, if they're able to come in and maintain a level.
That's a good point.
Absolutely right. We're underway for the second half. You can sync up with us by using the clock in the corner of the screen, which of course will count up to 45 again. It's just a thing.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just a thing. If anyone knows a good clock widget, you can get.
It goes past 60 minutes.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It just goes to an hour.
Yeah.
When it gets to 60 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we could let it run to 60 and then start from 1. Would that make you happy? Would that make you happy?
No.
Right, sound amazing. Yes, keep your song requests coming in. Let's kick off the second half. Let's remind ourselves what's going to happen. What's already happened, but what
and we're attacking the stage end now, which is nice. You know, that could spare some on.
Yeah.
I was speaking to somebody who's up in the gantry tonight earlier on today.
Yeah.
And he said he's up near Steve Hoddesall and stuff, and we were talking about like how strange obviously the restart's been, and obviously we haven't had that experience of going in the ground or anything like that. And he said it's just really weird because he's the opposite end of the gantry and can hear Martin Tyler and Jamie Carragher, like they're sat next to him, because they're high up and it's kind of echoing off the roof. And he's like, and obviously there's more than like one commentary pair up there, so they must be all like talking over each other and stuff like that.
It's funny, isn't it, when you can always, in certain games and situations when they're tightly packed, you can often hear other, particularly radio commentary. I think it's quite like that a lot. You can hear.
Get in the corner.
Yeah. You can hear other people what they're saying and stuff like. Yeah, I've not really thought about that. Well, like it's bad because you always become up when those environments you become aware of how loud you're talking. And I wonder whether the temptation is. I reckon they did a dry run and everyone was whispering. They're going to just speak up.
Yeah.
Virgil gets a toe to knock it away from Willian, and
like,
Andy Robertson
when
puts it up for a
Carragher's
throw.
on, the players can probably hear him commentating live on the game.
I've always wondered about that. Like, you know, like wrestling as an example. Like, they've got the commentators there.
And the Spanish broadcast team.
I always, and the poor Spanish announce table. Why they don't just play the commentary for the audience? And I've always wondered about, like, because that's a unique situation. Because imagine the commentator was, I mean, not wrestling because it's obviously rigged, but imagine this, like, you can hear the commentator slagging you off. You'd be like, hey!
It's like the fans, though.
Yeah.
Poor like, Mignolet lays out that his entire career.
Jamie Carragher, hey, Carragher, you prick. Right. Oh, Trent turned into trouble, but got away from it. Joe Gomez shifted down the right-hand side. Gini Wijnaldum maintaining possession, just putting us under a bit of pressure. Not Giroud's game, this, though. Doesn't really want to be expending energy.
Daniel Beatons has asked for the Salah song, please.
Absolutely, I can do that for you. Right there.
His touch, Gomez, his touch is amazing.
He's a brilliant footballer. And I think, you know, when people talk about Gomez, you know, he does have bad games, or he does have games where he's not great because he's young. You know, I think we forget sometimes, like Virgil van Dijk is the finished article. You know, he is in his prime of his career, best centre-half in the world. He does raise the game of those around him. Like Lovren's actually, people forget, but Lovren has had a fantastic spell during the season, pre-Christmas. Matip had a great run at the start of the season. Gomez is good, but Gomez has got, we don't know what Gomez's ceiling is yet, but I suspect it's very, very high.
Oh, it will be. I mean, the level that he's able to play at, you know, consistently as well. I mean, he does have bad games. We saw one against Manchester City, where he's obviously pulled at half time and stuff, and Sterling gives him a real tough 45 minutes. But for a consistency for a 24-year-old, is he now, centre half?
Yeah,
like
I don't think he's that old, is he?
There's not many better. Yeah. It's just that he's been around a long time now. We signed him when I think he was 19 from Charlton, so. Maybe he was a little bit younger, mate. I think he might be 24. I'm sure we signed him when he was 19. Yeah. Like, he's about to enter the peak of his career, and playing with Virgil. 23. Wow. So there you go. He's a year away. Oh, Mo Salah!
Mo Salah, dead centre. Will he square this? What has he done, Mo Salah? Oh, he's tried to do both things at once and has achieved neither of them.
Are you sure he's tried to do everything?
Oh my God! I don't know. Does he try to pass it?
He might try and pass.
No, he just tried to hit it outside, shoot outside of his boot. Yeah,
I think the word is he's spooned that.
Yes, spoony. He's absolutely spooned that one. Oh my days, right?
What was that?
Lucky. Fabinho goes across the Trent Alexander-Arnold. Must try hard. He's had a couple of
Gini, that's class, mate. That's class. That's not.
A couple of times we've seen Salah actually. He did it just before, driving into the midfield, pinging the ball to Firmino, but just playing it just a bit too wide. He's trying to play it onto Firmino's right foot, but it's a couple of feet away, and it's led to the attack breaking down. That's just one of them. I think if he just sharpens that up a little bit, I mean, again, he's a world-class forward. He will, I'm certain of it. Speaking of which, Salah! Oh, Kepa gets on top.
Have we got poetry in motion?
We have got poetry in motion.
Josh Gavin requested. I don't know if he requested it or he's just saying this is poetry in motion today. Aye.
No, that's what I like. Is that?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Anyway, ball's played out to Marcus Alonso. First time ball. Cut out wonderfully by Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho. And just decides not to press the issue. Goes back to Andy Robertson. Into the feet of Keita, who's going the wrong way here. Little shimmy step over.
It's just pointless skills are great, aren't they, when they're your players?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I hated it Cristiano Ronaldo when he used to do it at Man United.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Without that was a good. Oh, Trent just bisected Bobby Firmino and Mohamed Salah there. It's Gini Wijnaldum, who's having a really good game so far, and obviously scored the goal as well. Trent, nice little clip pass.
Lots of space, hasn't he, Fabinho?
Into Fabinho. Liverpool holding the ball but moving it forward a little bit more intent. Now Robbo's on the bounce. Salah just couldn't sort his feet out, but it's Robertson again. He's looked for Mo Salah on the overlap. Reece James
in your face!
In the face. Robertson across the box. Oh, Bobby Firmino! Oh, comedy
in your face.
Rowan Ramakel the super chat saying,
wait, let me watch this, Paul.
Underrated.
Bang!
Oh, no, that's great. Underrated player of the season. And Sam Jameson with another fantastic £24.99 super chat. I didn't realise you could change the amount when you're ever in my area on a summer tour. My backyard beer garden is open. I cannot wait for that, Sam. Absolutely amazing. Underrated player of the season, Chris?
Virgil.
After this corner, actually. Oh, Mo Salah! No. Wonderful idea. Shades of the, was it the Scholes Sheringham corner routine from back in the day?
I don't know.
Just except in the box. He's disappointed in himself there.
He should be as well, to be fair. Yeah. Virgil van Dijk.
Okay, it's funny because there'll be loads of people who are going, what the fuck are you talking about? Because he's obviously amazing. But we discussed it on the podcast, was it the build-up show? That he's one of the best players in the world.
About his player of the year? Why? I mean, that are people underrating him for me. He has been sensational, and it's this level of consistency and excellence that you're almost take it for granted, and he shouldn't be taken for granted, Virgil van Dijk. So yes, he's amazing, yes, we all know he's amazing, but I can still think he's underrated because he's more amazing than we all think.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball player up to the right. We've got a super chat which comes to in a moment. Trent Alexander-Arnold looks to Gini Wijnaldum, little drop at the shoulder, drives forward with the ball. Salah, Trent, he's going to look for Salah again, and it goes back. George Insu. Alisson is so done with this season. Honestly, fair enough. We've won the league. Take a bow, Redmen. Yeah, maybe now. I mean,
he's done with this game.
Now that he can't win the Golden Gloves, he's probably absolutely.
Can he not draw it? Do you have one glove each? What happens?
Yeah, split the fingers if needs be.
Trent with the crossing, Bobby
Firmino! Oh, finally!
What a ball by Trent.
You knew! It was written that Roberto Firmino was going to bag tonight to put a cap on a phenomenal season for the mighty Reds. Jurgen Klopp with a smile almost as big as the Brazilian bastard himself. What a ball, Chris, from Trent Alexander-Arnold.
He's so high up. He's asking question marks of Alonso, and it's perfect. The times the run perfectly. He gets in behind, splits the defenders, doesn't fuck his thing up, doesn't go for a no-look header, which would be stupid, but also what loads of professional footballers do. And you know what? All he needed, who knew, was a fucking big stage behind the goal. To go up and walk and take the Premier League trophy later, and that's what he needed. No fans, just a big fucking stage, mate.
Look at that.
Because he is a man for the big stage.
Oh my God, it's just absolutely unreal. I mean, it's funny because we were talking about Liverpool's approach and playing through the middle and what have you, but this is the thing, we've got arrows in our quiver, as it were. We've got different approaches. We've not been throwing loads of, people talk about trends. He's a volume merchant, just throws loads of crosses. He does. He throws loads of crosses in, but he's amazing at it. It's like a striker taking loads of shots and scoring loads of goals. So Joe Gomez.
That's risky.
Fine. That's fine. That's what Trent can do. I think he's broken his own assist record.
So that'll be 14.
With that, I believe that's right. Ross, would you just double check that for me?
That's bloody impressive, Paul.
Yeah, and bearing in mind he already has the Guinness World Record for most assists by a defender in a season from last year. So if he's beaten that, that's absolutely unreal.
That's improvement.
That is indeed. And
I've just had a text from Louis Beneventi. He says we're a goddamn charity. So there you go. Love that.
Oh, you know what? We haven't had it yet. Yeah, honestly, inject it. Right, let's have the Bobby song.
Yes.
Oh, feels so good. Feels so good. So just for Bobby, it's just one of those stupid stories that's been hanging over that can get in the fucking bin. And Martin Tyler's got less shit to chat now. Oh,
Out of your face.
Oh, Salah's tearing it like a freight train, Chris. He's into the box, squaring. No, Mohamed Salah just can't back tonight. He's laughing his head off. We're 4-1 to the good. He's going to finish as our top goal scorer this season. But my God, he could have had about 40 this year.
Oh, Bobby.
That second touch. I mean, good defending, I guess, by Rudiger to get over.
But like, I mean, listen, I'm going to have words with Mo at some point during his career. Because I'm greedy, but I finish me fucking dinner. You know what I mean? He's not greedy. He's greedy and doesn't finish his dinner. He's the worst. That's why he's so thin.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Ball into the box, headed away by Rudiger. Fabinho's got it outside. 1-2 off the referee's ball sack.
And it was handball, that ref.
Yeah.
By you.
And it's a drop ball to Liverpool because, yeah, they changed the rules on
I
the referee
would absolutely love us to just smash it into the back of the net and drop ball.
Yeah. Rohan Ramakar with the super chat. Does this mean we get Shakhtar in the Champions League group? Yeah. If you finish top of the group, you get Shakhtar, definitely, right? I think that's how it works.
And Newport in all the cups.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think
played them in every round.
That's
the final.
Them's the rules, right? Or do we need to? No, I'm not even going to get into the fucking FFP stuff. It's fine. Adi Hadzic. I think it's fair to play the Trent Alexander-Arnold song. I think it's better. It's more than fair, mate. I think it's almost necessary. Get ready for the bang. So triple substitution looming there. Tammy Abraham, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Christian Pulisic coming on for Chelsea for Willian, Giroud and Mason Mount. Not a bad triple substitution to make, because Major.
Absolutely. Sam Jameson says, I want that on a t-shirt. I'm greedy, but I finish my dinner.
Yeah, maybe that's MXP merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice that, isn't it? Yeah. Only available in XXL.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, on the cheapest cotton that money can buy, the kind of stuff that Primark would turn their noses up. Oh, Salah! Oh, little early moment. Kepa actually deals with that well, almost like a goalkeeper who's, worth that amount of money. Oh, Trent's had a little moment of madness. Gomez sweeps up, and it's going to be a throw-in to Chelsea around at the halfway line. And the question is, Chris, substitutions probably looming for Liverpool. Look at that, most assists in the last 2 seasons. Here's
the important thing. Like Kevin De Bruyne, first of all, we know he had a tough season last season.
Yeah.
But what him and Robertson have done compared to De Bruyne and Silva, a free-flowing, free-scoring Manchester City side, and what they do from fullback is on another level.
It's all, this is the point. They're fullbacks, and you can make the case, because I know what you're saying there, David Silva's on his way, so he wasn't playing every single game, and
De Bruyne probably got one last year and 20 this.
De Bruyne was had some injury problems last year, of course, but again, they're fullbacks. They're full.
And these are 2 of the best attacker mids of the last 15 years.
Yeah. And it should be taken into account because they were fit and available for the games. That should be marked against them. No, you could argue there's a chance they get more if they're playing, but they didn't. So good on Trent and Robert. Oh, Christian Pulisic! Oh my God, what a goal that is! Oh, he's really good.
Lucky in the build-up.
I really wish we signed him.
Bundles through it.
He's so good player. Ronaldo, Chris.
What?
Ronaldo, bundles, king of the best players have the Mane does it for fun. Look at that.
Oh God,
that's just amazing, mate.
Bundled, yeah.
No, he's amazing, and he's on side. Yeah, that's a good goal.
Clash. I'll take it back. He's done 3 lads there. And I think
did he make him as well?
Yeah,
sad. Oh God,
he's really good, isn't he? Oh my God,
he's phenomenal. And to be fair, no less than he deserves for effectively, finishing Man City off. It really annoys me when you see players that we were linked with and they're actually quite good. I much prefer it when they I much prefer Nabil Fekir ending up at Real Betis and Gaston Ramirez ending up at Southampton and all that kind of stuff, because I just prefer.
It's like Liverpool were right. It's justified why they didn't buy them. Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Whereas I think we'll probably find more and more with this Chelsea team. Timo Werner next season, Pulisic there. Actually, we saw it with Willian years ago as well. That Chelsea are just a good team. As much as I'd like all of our rivals to be shit, probably a few of them are going to be good at any given time.
I think this is a big. It's tough now for Liverpool because they've completely, obviously, Pulisic, Tammy Abraham. That's a big difference, from being up against Giroud to Tammy Abraham. Like, that's something to adjust for our defenders, isn't it? We're going to have a little bit of an adjustment period, maybe a little bit of a struggle over 5 minutes, and they're going to get confidence that the substitutions they've made can get them back in the game.
And Pulisic is far more for them, what Mane is for us.
Yeah.
He'll come deep, he'll pick the ball up if needs be.
Oh
my God, speak of the devil.
But
yeah, he's happy to get the ball. He's happy to drive into dangerous areas. He's got pace as well. So yeah, it makes them a little bit more. Just a bit more. There's more pace. There's maybe a little bit more directness. And fresher legs as well.
The COP 1994 says what teams in the top 4 next season, Chris? I say that it finishes Liverpool first, City second, Chelsea third, Manchester United fourth.
Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Now, I obviously couldn't have predicted Leicester having the season yet, and it might be foolish of us to predict Leicester not having another good season next year. But no, I think, and it depends on additions and what have you, but Man United, they've got a fantastic team. But I've said this, is that I think there'll be key moments in the season where a bit of lack of experience, top quality, and the manager being that manager, if they lose...
Tammy's...
Oh, they're in again. Christian Pulisic again! Oh!
I don't know why Gomez... I'm not sure whether he stepped up there because he was running with Tammy. Then Tammy maybe ran off the back of him. Watch it there. He steps up. Well done, lad. Yeah. But it doesn't go to him.
Yeah.
And that ball goes forwards.
Yeah, okay, cool. Probably should sharpen up a bit here, to be honest. But
I say, that's what I said a couple of minutes ago. Giroud doesn't play that running behind, does he? You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of an adjustment for him.
Definitely. Good to see. And as I say, the changes now. I mean, what are you looking at? Naby Keita, we've been very careful with Naby Keita since the restart. He's not. I don't think he's played a full. He might have been one full 90 minutes maybe, but he likes to bring him off. When he's had a good game, he likes to get him 65, 70. Bring him out. I wonder whether this is what we're seeing here. Maybe Genie.
Curtis as well. I was focusing on Milner there, but it looks like Curtis is coming on too.
Genie and Keita straight up.
Allow someone fireworks on both sides.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, do you reckon it's just as easy as that? Keita and Genie for Milner and Curtis Jones?
Oh, I don't know.
Speculate, Chris. That's what we need to do. None of us know.
No, but I'd like to leave Keita on, but I totally understand why Milner's being the guy to come on. But I'm not saying he comes on in midfield. What if he comes on at left back to just give Robbo a bit of a breather? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth considering. We do have another game of football to play. I fully could give less of a shit about it if I tried. Newcastle on Sunday. But it is still 2 games of football. There is still a need for players to play and not play.
Here's a shout. Fabinho to come off. Because he's the only one that hasn't.
Yeah.
Of all of the rotation and stuff, Fabinho's had to be sort of an ever-present at the moment, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe Wijnaldum drops in, maybe Milner drops straight into that 6, but maybe Wijnaldum drops into the 6 and Milner comes on. I don't know, I'm just spitballing.
Here we go. We'll know momentarily. Naby Keita is off for Curtis Jones, and the other substitution will be on John Achterberg. Do your biz. No, he's lost it. Genie. Yeah, there you go. Brilliant. Nailed it. But good chance.
I need to fill time, Paul. I could have just said yes. Yeah. But that doesn't fill the air, does it?
So, Milner takes the captain's armband. Another really good performance from Naby Keita. Gets his mandatory hug off the gaffer. And Kurt Jones, I'm glad. I'm really glad to see him in this. I think that means that now he'll qualify for his medal as well, having made the 5 appearances. And to be fair, Chris, I think actually his performances in lockdown, post-lockdown, I should say.
Oh, he's going to score,
have merited him. He's played his part in this period of the season in the league more than obviously in the period prior to that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he's been good as well, but it's not about this season for him as much as the medal's important. It's about next season for him, and he's the natural successor to probably the next midfielder. Now, is he going to be... He'll be on the bench, I think, every week next year. is he going to be one of those first 3 substitutes? That's what he's fighting for at the moment. And he's this is a good time to be bled in as a young player. Obviously, the 5 subs are going to exist all next season as well. It means that they can develop and get more game time and more experience than they would do naturally. So his game, we might see him come on a lot quicker because of these 5 substitute things than we would have done in a regular season with regular rules. I just wonder whether they're ever going to go back to it, you know.
Oh, shit. I just accidentally deleted someone's comment. Sorry. I was trying to highlight it. No. Make it go. Someone make it go back.
He's deleted your comment.
Sorry. It's fine. Someone wanted the Champions of the World song. That's what I was trying to highlight. Champions of the World. I forgot about that. The Curtis Jones thing, I think, particularly one of the. I mean, look, he deserves to come on the pitch because he's been good in the last few appearances for us. But you look at last season. So we finished the season, we win the Champions League. He's not on the bench, so he doesn't get a medal. So like Brewster gets a medal, and he gets to have his hair cut with his medal and all that kind of stuff. Even though he absolutely did nothing towards it. That's a hell of a goal. But Curtis Jones is there. And he's on the pitch and he's in his trackies and he gets to soak it up and he gets to go, okay, well, next year I want to go a little bit more. And he can now stand these 2 seasons side by side and go, okay, I got my first little sniffs last season. This season I got some proper appearances. I made my Premier League debut. I scored goals in the FA Cup. I scored goals in the Premier League. I got my medal. Now I want to make sure that I'm not just creeping into medal territory. He'll want to be like, you look at Oxlade-Chamberlain or one of those other lads who've been in and around
what I was saying.
the
He wants to be in that number almost 12 to 15, you know, the players that come on each and every game, and he's got the versatility. He can probably come on in a front 3 position. I like the fact that Klopp's paired him with James Milner today. I think he'll learn a lot from playing alongside James Milner in the midfield 3, and he'll talk him through the game because, you know, obviously he's played big teams, but Chelsea in a game that looks like it matters, certainly the teams are playing like this game matters, even if maybe it doesn't necessarily. He'll be buzzing for playing alongside James Milner in this game. Absolutely buzzing for it. And he'll be better coming out of it because of it.
And one of the things we've seen, of course, is that when games have kind of died off and you need to maintain that level, having a Jordan Henderson, he doesn't let standards drop because he will just fight until the last minute, and we've lacked that with Hendo. With no Hendo, Milner being out, I think we'd have performed better without Henderson, missing Henderson if Milner had been available. So in this game now, 20 minutes to go, we could throw this away if we're not sharp.
Yeah. Oh, Fabinho was sharp then as he picked the ball.
Mo Salah, little flick, little give and go. Roberto Firmino.
Oh, needless.
Both for fate.
And a no-look pass.
Yeah, it sort of sends James for the echo, but I think he was probably on his way anyway. Fabinho, full stretch. Ends up in a clattering confrontation there with Kovacic, and Chelsea
gadget
will pick
legs
up
out there, Fabinho, didn't he?
Yes, indeed. Right, let's have a song. Okay. Speaking of Jordan. Beautiful. Oh, Jordan. Right, anyway, Chelsea have got it. Going to be interesting, the final 20 here again. I think there's got to see this next 10 minutes out. Oh, God. I think, Chris, and then you get to, I think if you can get to 80 minutes, 80, 82, and you still got a 2-goal lead, you might enter into nostalgic substitution territory, but probably not before.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Maybe I'd even go a little bit later. I think it's about making sure that Lallana doesn't get injured, and 5 minutes you can still get injured. It's the last thing you do. You get him on there, get Adam Lallana in, let his teammates fucking replace the fans in this instance. Let his teammates clap him onto the pitch and go for a big hug afterwards, because that might be what we see at the end here, that image is a parting image of the squad with Adam Lallana, and I'm sure Jordan Henderson comes on the pitch at the end and all that type of stuff to give his mate a socially distanced Air 5 or something. I'm not sure. Fuck knows. But man, he's about to score.
Sadio, Sadio looks knackered out there. He's put a massive shift in.
Imagine spending your night typing 4-3 in a comment section. Like, what the fuck? You're not going to ruin it for everyone.
I mean, you might as well change.
But here's the thing. We're all watching the game. We're watching the game.
Might as well change his username to Unlucky. Anyway, we've got a throw in deep on the left-hand side. Andy Robertson's going to take this one, and he's going to look for a willing runner. It will be Sadio Mane, and he gives it straight back out. It's a throw into Chelsea. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What haven't we had for... Oh, shit, no, it's the...
Don't worry about it, fine. Everyone loves it. Oh no.
Oh, in behind, they've got to watch the runner. Pulisic is free at the back stick. He's still got it, he's twisting and turning, and it is 4-3. Oh my God. Oh my good God. Well, there you go. Nostalgia substitution. Adam Lallana can probably get in the fucking in
his face. He's like, oh no, the YouTube comments are right. It is 4-3.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. Just to clarify, yeah, it is. It is 4-3. Oh God, Kurt Jones back defending there. I don't know what. I wasn't paying attention there. I don't know where the hell we've gone. Good. I mean, Christian Pulisic is fucking brilliant.
Do you know why Kurt Jones is defending? Because Gomez and Van Dijk knocked each other over.
All right.
Look at this. So yeah, I mean, that's a good finish again, isn't it? Like fucking hell, that was sweat.
I mean, maybe Chelsea might be crap, and we might be able to still buy these players from them. That'd be nice. Anyway.
Now the fucking Virgins are going for 4-4.
Oh, fair play.
It's all right. It's their bedtime and they've got to be in bed by 10. So, you know.
Free kick to Liverpool. There's a guy there saying stop writing unfortunate scores.
Louis texts me. Should we see what he said?
Oh.
No, he didn't text me. Somebody else did. Sorry, mate.
Thanks for that.
It's all right, mate. Do you want to text me?
No.
That's quite interesting to be fair.
Andy Robertson's got it left. Oh, fucking hell, here we go. The Liverpool have been a bit mad since they won the league.
Face
graphic is up again. Great. James Milner just lets that one out for a throw in, eating up more precious seconds. Now, what do Liverpool do here? Do we keep going? Do we shut up shop? Oh, I don't want any more stress, Liverpool. Just win it and lift the fucking trophy, for God's sake.
It's not stress, this, mate. At this point, I'd probably just go and score a few on goals and show how much it doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, and then lift up like Thiago fucking t-shirts underneath his shirts, because why not? Just for the needle.
Screaming, who are
I tell you what though, Chelsea, since they made the substitutions, have become really good in this game. Mane back defending. I'm not sure we thought that would be happening. Trent gets the header away. Mo Salah back defending. Bobby Firmino, wonderful little flick on. Fabinho's on the front foot. Sadio Mane stopped and gone back.
The mad thing here is that like had Mo actually fucking put his fucking chances away again.
Typical. Andy Robertson, deep cross. Oh, good defending. Could have gone anywhere, but it's gone out for a Liverpool corner. 15 minutes of normal time left to play. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is stripped and ready to come on. Mane? Trent scores a tackle. He was coming off there. No, he's going over to take the corner. Taking his sweet time as well, he should. Chelsea, you can see Fabinho just making his way, hovering with intent towards the edge of the 18-yard box. We don't seem to be overcommitting on this one, do we?
There's no need.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Unless Chelsea have gone for that lead loads of men up to lead us with no choice. Anyway, James Milner. Yeah, in your leg. Brilliant. In your leg, lad. Trent's got to get another throw for Liverpool. Deep in Chelsea territory on that right-hand side. He's looking for any movement. Bobby Firmino, just little dips and dives, trying to make himself a little bit of space. Kovacic's gestures. Mo Salah turns his man inside, and it's probably going to be a goal kick. Yeah, it is. Okay, what can we attack there, John?
Dono says it's 16-3 now.
He's right. Oh no, it's a corner. Trent, gone for two hands, which means...
First man, mate.
First man. There we go. Oh, no. Right, come on, Kurt. Get going. Oh, dear. The counter-attack's on. Tammy Abraham.
Was backpedaling.
Good run from Tammy Abraham. He's freed up Marcus Alonso. They can't pick him out at the moment. Now he has.
Let Pulisic have the ball, please.
Marcus Alonso goes back and it's just slowed things down. Jorginho, okay, that's good. Liverpool can just get themselves settled, reset in here. Ball into feet. Tammy Abraham's dropped off the front line. Oh no, sorry, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Ball is in the right wing position. It goes back, whipped into the box. Trent deals with it and nods it away.
I feel like I should get involved in the comment section to 4-3.
It sounds. Okay, Jorginho plays the ball over to Azpilicueta, back to Jorginho, blah, blah, blah. Oh. Probably Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming on now, the ball's gone for throwing, maybe? No, quick throw-in, no chance. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, well, Mohamed Salah leaving the field. He'll be, he's fucking raging with himself as well. He should be, because he's been dead dangerous, but it's just another one of them.
He should have had at least 2 goals in this game, shouldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, that one where he proper spooned it, just atrocious, absolutely atrocious. And it was such a good way to get in there and steal it off Rudiger's foot, wasn't it? Capitalising on a mistake, but interesting, really. I don't really see the point in playing Ox on the right.
No, I just think it's
just he's tired, Mo.
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. I think again, it's sports science. There's another game of football to play, which I again have just fully couldn't give a shit about. But you know, Jaeger will still go out because they'll still want to win. They'll still want to get as many points on the board as they possibly can, etc. And yeah, it's probably just, I guess it's just most.
I'm all right with finishing the season on 96 points. I think there's a certain something to that number.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I just want to see Liverpool win every game that they play. You know, and if it means that we have to defend for our lives for another 10, 11 minutes. Oh dear God, Virgil van Dijk gets the header away. It's dropped it inside the box. Left-footed swinger. Did he spoon that?
Yeah, perspective.
And it's gone all the way out. It might even have gone all the way for a Liverpool throw, and we'll find that out when the camera returns to the wide angle. Frank Lampard's laughing his cock off there, so it probably... Come on, lads! Come on, lads! Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it is a Liverpool throw-in. Brilliant.
They just want to go and pick the trophy up now, don't they? That's all I'm here for at this point as well, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely, definitely. Right,
I love seeing them fireworks going off though outside the ground.
That's great. Oh, first touch there from Ox as he gives away possession. Dynamite. Super chat. Wow, okay. Chew it with £15 and 8 pence.
What are you doing, lads? What are you fucking doing?
Just to trigger Chris. Brilliant. Honestly. Like, he'll carry that with him for days now.
15.08.
Nowhere I'd rather be than with Redmen TV. Nice rhymes. At the end of the game, can you have a little arm wrestle because we are going to win? Right, Charles, no, absolutely not. But yeah, we.
Why?
Just to let you know, because you win. Why? We certainly can't have a thigh wrestle. Jesus Christ! You might rip me leg off me hip. As the Lallana still sits, will they use the 8% start stat?
Dun, dun, dun.
No. Yes, we're going to be live for the trophy presentation as well. Obviously, we've got about 10 minutes or so left of this game. We'll put another stream, but the link will be in the
description,
comment section and the description. Fine, I was getting there.
He's paused. Unpause him. Someone unpause him. He can't host the show.
He's frozen.
Sam Jameson again.
Thank you very much, Sam Jameson. Hold on 2 seconds. Oxlade-Chamberlain nods it down. Okay, it's an interesting one. It just doesn't. Hang on a second as we go through. Oh, Firmino! Lucky. That was Ox back. The Ox is playing right wing and Curtis Jones is playing centre mid.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's no. You're not asking a young kid to come on, play 10 minutes centre mid, and then move him to right wing, are you?
So what I mean is we could have brought Ox on in centre mid because that's nominally his position, isn't it? Yeah. And maybe you don't bring Kurt on, maybe you put you put someone else there. I just think it's interesting, pecking order-wise, that it means Ox is clearly ahead of Minamino, Origi at this point. And then you've got Curtis
I get what you're saying. I don't think this is about pecking order. I don't think Curtis is above Ox, or I think he might be above Minamino actually. Although maybe I think I'm getting ahead of myself there. I just think it's about getting them experience.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. Had this been league titles on the line, Curtis doesn't come on, Paul.
Yeah, quite possibly. Sam Jameson with the $4.99 super chat. The fireworks rain over that glorious stadium of ours. He says, just for that 96-point comment, Chris, you legend. Please keep your fucking clothes on.
Yeah, and don't worry, you 3p you're ours now. No, thank you, I'm joking.
Headed away. Fabinho heads it back in. It's head tennis. James Milner goes up and completely misses it, and then tries to wrestle his man to the floor. Great stuff. Yes, let's have another song. We'll have another field to have. Marcos Alonso's got it on his left-hand side. Nice little run once again. Oh, little twist and turn of pace from Pulisic.
He just looks like a different player to when he first signed him, doesn't he? He's playing with confidence now. He's playing with a belief that he can get in and start in this Chelsea side at the moment. And he's got the skill set to be able to do it.
He's come in and he's had a decent season or whatever, but he's been a bit of a forgotten man. Everyone spent a lot of time, maybe outside of Chelsea I'm talking about. People talking about Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham, and obviously Callum Hudson-Odoi was the one who was pegged as the big wonder kid prior to his injury. And then, Ziyech's coming in, they've got Timo Werner coming in, etc., and you're right, he's taking this opportunity. Let's just hope he doesn't get a fucking hat-trick. Headed away, Trent. Well done, Kurt Jones. Sadio Mane. He's got Andy Robertson turning away down this left-hand side. Curtis Jones is through the middle. Andy Robertson has burst past. Curtis Jones in the middle. Can he pick it off? He's let him go. Oxlade-Chamberlain! Get Liverpool! Chelsea 3! Oh, you beauty! Oh my good God, thank you so much. What a counter-attack by Liverpool.
Get 5-3 in the comments.
5-3 in the comments. Look at Curtis Jones, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Sadio Mane and Andy Robertson. Chris, what a run.
And Andy Robbo! They attempted a fucking clothesline from hell there on him. Kurt just lets it go. Chamberlain's there, smashes it. That's why he's right wing. That's why Kurt's in the middle of the park. Pecking order restored. Oh, fuck it in your face. 5-3's in the comments.
And Andy Robbo!
That's a finish, that
is. It's a good finish, yeah. I mean, look, Minge Bags would argue it's a bit close to the goalkeeper, but to control it, to keep it down, to hit the target, he's done the fundamentals. He deserves that, Chris. I don't think he's been great since football came back, but I think he's been slandered a bit, to be honest, by some of our fans in this period. I think people forget Oxlade-Chamberlain's a fucking brilliant footballer. And I'll get it up in a second, actually, but he's scored a surprising amount of goals for us this season.
They just said 4 then, but I don't know whether they were talking about Prem only.
Yeah, that's Prem only. I think it's 8 or 9 in all comps. I'll get it up in 2 seconds.
So we got Sam Jameson there again. Fucking hell, mate, thank you so much. Can't wait for next season. Deaf Mute Dan. Oh, that's his Deaf Mute Studio. Soz not Soz, champions. Please no Coldplay.
Ah, we're all yellow, mate.
I'm with you, mate, and I'm not yellow.
Seto actually, so that'll be 8 goals in all competitions for Oxlade-Chamberlain this season.
Not bad. How many starts?
That's fucking good. Not many. He's only played 2,100 minutes total for us prior to this game, which would be 7 goals in that time. But yeah, I mean, he's been a bit part player, hasn't he? Because I mean, look, in fact, we can get it up on the screen here. We had this conversation the other day when he played on the left. Prior to this game, he's played 23 games this season in centre mid, 8 as a left winger, 4 as a left mid, 2 as a right winger, 2 as an attacking mid, 1 as a right midfielder, obviously by transfer marked. He's just come in and done lots of jobs for us.
Lallana, mate. That's 4 and 5, is it? Origi and Minamino.
Yeah, there you go. Oh well. Never mind. I mean, to be fair, as much as we talked about the nostalgia thing, and there was a perfect opportunity for him there, these are lads that are going to be at Liverpool next season in Origi and Minamino. barring, you know, some mega bid for Divock, I'd imagine. So, yeah, look, it makes perfect sense to get these lads in, give them another, particularly Minamino. Sadio's gutted.
Why Sadio so gutted? Oh, I'll be crying. Oh, that looked like a really sensual hug, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look,
that one meant more.
Sadio is, oh, bless him.
I think he's just tired.
Yeah. I think he just wants to play.
Oh no, he's given a 13:37. I do like this. Oh.
Go on.
Why would you do that? Scott. So happy for Oxy, still quality. Thank you for the super chat, mate.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Jorginho, nice little turn, little flick.
Handball.
Pulisic again causing problems.
It was a handball.
Was through, but
it wasn't your shoulder, it was your arm, lad.
Like I say before, I say it again, Chris. I don't like Chelsea Football Club, but I do like this Chelsea side. They play good football. They've got some really, really good footballers. I don't know whether they'll be able to take that next step up next season, but it wouldn't. I think they'll be really, really good. Oh, look, he's done.
Adam looks so sad. I feel really sorry for him.
I really like Adam Lallana.
Looked a little bit like Legolas from The Lord of the Rings, didn't he? There.
He is. Yeah, that's a big ears. Okay, cool. Healthies. Takumi Minamino just missed out on that one. Yeah, it's next season for old Minamino, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be, and he'll be better. He'll be better for every appearance that he's had. And I do think, you know, we just need to remember that it's a tough situation that Minamino's come into at this football club. You know, we sign him, and then a few weeks later we're in lockdown, and he's in a country that he probably doesn't have loads of mates and all that type of stuff, and he's doing something that no one's ever done before, but he's not got a support network around him.
Yeah.
And he's not had the time at the football club on the field that you would expect for someone who's been here since January.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we're talking Christian Pulisic, but he's another one. You know, like he comes in the January, and you know they're only seeing the best of him a year and a half later. You know, again, we saw it. I mention it all the time, and I always forget his name. The lad at Spurs, the Brazilian lad, whose name is Lucas Moura. Thanks, Chris.
Is he Brazilian?
Yeah.
Did not know.
Okay.
I knew his name. You threw me with the Brazilian lad. I was like, I don't know any Spurs players who are Brazilian.
Sad.
Because you always say the lad at Spurs, but you've never said the Brazilian lad to me before.
Right, sound. Hang on a second, ball into the box. Oh, James Milner. High kicks. That'll stretch the old hammies. Nearly at that age. Ahmed Mohammed with the super chats, Chris.
Nice.
$20 US. Thank you so much.
That's better. Rounded numbers.
Why are FSG being cheap? We need to reinforce if we want to win more trophies. You don't know that, mate. Soz. No, I get it. I do. I get it. It fits our understanding of football that you need to keep buying new and better players. And I agree. I think this squad, not that this squad needs too much more quality, because I think it's chock full of quality, but there might be something towards getting a really good player in just to refresh everyone, keep people on the toes. I don't think FSG are cheap. I think FSG are frugal, maybe, cautious, maybe, rather than. I think cheap just is provocative for the sake of being provocative.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. Look, we didn't really sign anyone for the first team last summer, and we've just gone on and demolished the Premier League. Now, you can't do that forever. You know, you do need to reinforce at times.
Oh, Divock Origi is hauled down! Well played. We would have. I mean, it's not a penalty.
You do need to reinforce at times, and you know, I get the reinforce from a position of strength. I really do get that. Like, but what I can't take out is what the whole world's going through, and we know that we are built on these foundations. FSG own our football club, and they're only able to invest in a certain way, and they play by the rules. And Liverpool have lost probably between 70 and 200 million. It's been reported during this lockdown, and you know, I spoke to Dave Maddock from the Mirror, who's a brilliant journalist and knows that that's the truth.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about this in a moment. We've got another super chat coming in from Sam Jameson, but Liverpool got a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand side. Milner and Robbo are over it. Do we go for the in-swinger? I would. I'd put Kepa under as much pressure as possible.
Virgil's there.
Virgil hovering with intent, grabbing some obliques. It's an outswinger. It's all the way to Virgil van Dijk. He's missed it.
Why did he chip him from there?
Why has he pressed that? Why has he pressed the L1 button there? What are you doing?
Oh, mate.
Oh, it's so unlucky. It drops him. He's completely unmarked. This is a problem when you're a big fella. All of a sudden, getting your feet up to certain levels, getting your feet sorted is a difficult old game. Yeah. And that's why, I mean, he is world class. He's one of our best players. He's one of the best players in the world, but he's a centre half at the end of the day. Oh, ball in! Alisson Becker! Oh, it's been pulled back. I
genuinely thought Virgil just handled it then. I was like, what's he playing at?
Bad enough. He's spitting the dummy out. Right. Sam Jameson said, will the recent Man City court case bring the FSG era? Why should it? We make the best players in the league. Ha ha ha. That's a good point, isn't it? I mean, I think Klopp kind of said this recently himself, is we don't go out and buy expensive stars anyway.
Never have.
Like, no, exactly. We've spent big money when we have to, but Virgil van Dijk, we bought Virgil van Dijk from Southampton. We paid a lot of money for him because it got inflated for whatever reason. Alisson Becker was really, really good, but had he had one season really at Roma? Like, you know, he'd only
question marks over
he'd only just displaced Chesney. He had a phenomenal season, by the way, you know, but I'm not saying, you know, they've had some, we've not plucked these from nowhere. This is not like Kagawa coming in for $500,000 to Dortmund kind of situations, or Lewandowski. But go on, Div.
And Ball.
But yeah, Liverpool still buy lads who aren't world class and make them world class. So if I still think we need to, I agree, we do need to. I think we need to invest. I think we will. But yeah, it's not probably as pressing as all that. Maka,
here's the thing. Sorry, Paul. Here's the thing, right? I think Liverpool would have invested big money this summer. I really do think that would have happened. The pandemic changes everything.
Yeah.
Now, there are some sides that can go out there and still spend big money. Liverpool is not one of those sides. As much as we want Liverpool to be one of those sides, you've got to have a realisation of where we are as a football club, how we've got to the pinnacle of world football. And that isn't through having someone, an oligarch, who can just spend millions and millions and millions. It's about building season by season to claw your way to the top of the tree. That's what Liverpool have done. Unfortunately, we're not able to spend. Jurgen would like to spend. He would like to spend. He's not able to.
Yeah.
FSG aren't able to.
But he's also a pragmatist, isn't he?
And it won't stop us. And it doesn't mean this side's bad.
No, of course it's not. I mean, again, champions. Maka M sent us a $100 Australian super chat. Jesus wept. $8. Whatever that is, you can have. You need. God, you should have.
Sent us $100 $8. That's
incredible. Thank you. He said couldn't fly to England from Oz to party in Liverpool, but so happy. Yeah, and that's the one thing that'll be. It's a little bit bittersweet in all this, of course.
30 seconds.
Not for Jurgen. He gets to be there.
Maxon Masiba, watching from Uganda. Wow. That was a country that I enjoy going to on my honeymoon.
He just wants to drop that in there, didn't he? Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, look at that. Carpe diem, guys. Carpe diem.
Seize the motherfucking day. I don't know what that is in, the full version of that is in Latin, but there you go. Oh, spoon clearance there.
Carpe fucking diem?
Carpe fucking diem, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. That's a bit Anglo-Saxon in there as well. And the full-time whistle blows! It's not confirmed anything. We've known it for weeks and weeks and weeks, but Liverpool are, for one more time, remind you. In fact, no, I'm going to remind it until it's not true anymore. Liverpool are champions of the Premier League. We are going to lift that trophy, the Premier League trophy. It's our 19th league title, but the first time lifting it in this shape, in the Premier League form, and it will be coming very, very soon indeed. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined us on the Fanzone Commentary. What a game, what a performance. I'm going to be doing your comments to it, so if you want to send some super chats in, do that. If you want to just tweet us as well, you can do that as well. Ross will put a reaction tweet out on @TheRedmenTV. Chris will be doing player ratings, quite possibly for the last time as well, so go over there and be nice. And we'll be doing the instant match reaction. But before all that, there is the very little, I say little, I mean fucking seismic moment that Liverpool are going to lift the Premier League trophy. We've got a live reaction show. It is there. It will be, the link will be in the comments. It will be in the description. Yes, Philly, Edward, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat. You wonderful, wonderful man. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Thank you to all of our new members and our existing members. You guys are absolutely amazing. What a ride. What a ride. And this is what we've been doing it for. So yeah, we're going to have a very short break. Follow us over on the link. and we'll see it all over there very, very
Oh,
soon.
did you see that
Champions!